fight today after school. 3 o'clock in the parking lot. You try and run, I'm gonna track you down. You go to a teacher, it's only gonna get worse.
Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Your leader in sports in the Inland Empire. The Riverside. Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
But the show must go on. The Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, live and amplified right now. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla, I'm Pep Fernandez with the answer back, Jeff. They are all over us. I am still itchy. They're attacking Greg Holla as we speak. He's trying to fight them off so we could do the show for the IE.
Well, I'm sitting in my chair. If you're watching us live and amplified on our YouTube channel, I'm a giant guy. My feet are not touching the ground. I'm sitting in my chair. I got my citrus wipes here. I have not.
Smells good in here.
It does smell good in here, but I have yet to be bombarded. They're all around me, but they have not reached my barrier. I will not be bit. Oh yeah, because you guys you don't know how to deal with ants. You don't know how to deal with them. You got to have a barrier of citrus around you. Nothing will penetrate this aura I have right now of citrus.
So you're not going to get scurvy?
I won't. I will not get scurvy. That is one thing, and another thing is I will not be bit by an arachnid or any sort of bug here. There's bugs, the ants all over the world. Hey, Pep, I made good on my promise about LeBron no-show at the pizza parlor. We had a bet yesterday for a large coffee. I brought you your cold coffee today. Are you still feeling the same? What are your thoughts about LeBron James not going to Blaze Pizza?
Man, that's a good coffee.
It's great coffee.
That's a really good coffee. Listen, yesterday we unveiled I'm a Kobe guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm a Kobe. I'm a Team Kobe, right?
Yeah.
Not Team LeBron. I'm Team Kobe. But I will defend LeBron here. Listen, is he really going to show up at a Blaze Pizza? Logistically speaking, he's going to be surrounded by hundreds, maybe even thousands of Laker fans. Like, he's just going to pop in. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, there's stars, and then there's LeBron James. Like, if he is, pick any guy on the Lakers, Kyle Kuzma. If Kyle Kuzma rolls into a Blaze Pizza, you could probably get away with a couple security guards and get him in and out, and not a problem.
Not at all. Yeah.
This is LeBron. This is a different kind of
He's
famous.
a mogul. I mean, we're talking a billionaire, a true mogul in Los Angeles. And I will say this. There is a reason that LeBron James came to Los Angeles. You know what that reason is? It's not so much basketball. It's business. And guess what? He is a majority owner of Blaze Pizza. We know that. With his partners who were his high school friends started Blaze Pizza. So it all comes full circle. He came to Los Angeles first for business and then basketball. The guy's a billionaire, and his first salvo in the business world really put Blaze on the map. On the map here, and everybody knows about it now. There were thousands upon thousands of people getting free pizzas for 3 hours.
Which was great.
I mean, in itself was pretty cool. But I'll tell you what, we did see a lot of people angry. Instantly angry.
It was hot. They were impatient. They were angry. They were upset. And LeBron never showed up. In fact, I don't know if this is true, but I think LeBron James's wife is named Savannah.
Yes.
And she posted a picture of LeBron in the pool in like a big donut tube.
Yes.
He didn't have a care in the world. He's like, what? Am I supposed to be at a Blaze Pizza? He didn't have a care in the world.
Yeah,
he didn't know. He had no idea.
He was sitting in a giant donut.
Yeah.
In his pool.
With sprinkles.
Yeah. But no, honest to goodness, that was what the big story in Los Angeles. You turned on every major news outlet, and that was the top story. The number one story on the news. It wasn't the fires. It wasn't the heat. It was Blaze Pizza. Yeah, LeBron being a no-show.
You know who wouldn't do that?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe would not leave the fans hanging.
No, Kobe, Kobe would have shown up. Yeah, Team Kobe.
Team Kobe.
And I agree with you. I don't think it would have a safety issue. If LeBron James would have showed up, do you realize the countless people that would have showed up right afterwards? It would have been bedlam. He is a mogul, a superstar, a global superstar. You can only compare him to maybe Ronaldo. Is that the biggest star right now in the world?
You know, I saw a lot of comparisons on social media between Ronaldo and LeBron James. Probably the biggest, maybe throwing Tom Brady, Roger Federer.
But they're not world famous. I mean, Federer maybe, but Tom Brady's really just a
basketball is big in China. China's
huge.
got over 2 billion people.
And
I would
throughout
say
Europe, next, probably second behind soccer in Europe as well.
Yeah, you're right. So I would say, yeah, probably if you're going to say the top 3 most famous athletes on the planet right now, Messi, Ronaldo, and LeBron James, if I had to pick. So I'm not trying to defend LeBron James, but I understand why he did not show up. But if you're a Laker fan and I'm not, I would be really upset because you can't go on social media unless he's coming from a business perspective and just saying, you know what, I'm going to drum up support. Everyone's going to be talking about Blaze Pizza for the next 24 or 48 hours. If that was his mission to talk about Blaze Pizza like we're doing right now, then he won.
He did.
But if he wanted to make everybody mad in the purple and gold, he did that too.
He's definitely polarizing himself early on here in Los Angeles.
Were you mad, Greg Hollow?
I'm not mad.
Were you standing in line for a pizza?
I was here working with you guys.
That's right.
I'm not mad. I was in the AC, baby.
Yeah.
LeBron, way to go.
But no, he really is. He's a polarizing figure, and much like Kobe was a very polarizing figure, but I don't think Kobe is still in the same stratosphere as LeBron James. LeBron James just passed $1 billion mark over the weekend. It's unbelievable what it's going to do financially for the Los Angeles, what it's going to do financially for the Lakers, and it's really going to put the microscope back on the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, that's really what it is. It's LeBron coming to L.A., and it's back to being...
Because think about it. Let's say the Lakers went out and signed DeMarcus Cousins and Paul George.
No one would
if you're a basketball fan, you'll be like, oh, those are 2 pretty good players. But even my wife, who doesn't know anything about basketball, if I said, hey, LeBron James is on the Lakers, she'll say, whoa, LeBron James? She knows who LeBron James is.
Everybody
She has no idea who Paul George is.
Hey, I turned on a cartoon on Disney Channel because I got little ones like you do, and I'm watching a cartoon, and who's the star in the cartoon?
No.
LeBron James.
Really?
Yes, it was a Phineas and Ferb cartoon. I said, wait a second, is that a cartoon version of LeBron James? And sure enough, he was on the entire episode. When you make it on a cartoon, you are a legend, a superstar.
Remember I told you one of my favorite cartoons growing up was Superstars. It was Wayne Gretzky,
Bo Jackson,
Michael Jordan, and Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really funny that I think the Lakers were really the big name for many, many years, and it's been a horrible the doldrums of the Lakers we've seen since the prime of Kobe Bryant disappearing at the Laker championships. No one cared about Los Angeles sports. There wasn't a football team here. It really was just Dodgers and Raiders. But now with LeBron back, I think we're going to see. You've never experienced this, Pep. You haven't been on the air here locally when the Lakers were really, really relevant.
It's been a long time.
Great time.
I mean, and right now we're talking 5-6 weeks. They call it the dog days of summer. Look at us. We are talking NBA basketball. We're talking about Lakers.
Jeff, you bring up a great point because you could almost make a case that we're in the golden age of LA sports. The Dodgers were in the World Series last year. LeBron's with the Lakers. The Rams are a Super Bowl favorite. We got 2 NFL teams in Los Angeles.
And they're both very, very good.
And 2 soccer clubs.
We got LAFC. We got the Galaxy. The Ducks and Kings have had good seasons each in the recent history. This is the golden age.
And think of it this way. We haven't even mentioned we have the best player possibly in the history of Major League Baseball in Mike Trout.
I
mean, we have Mike Trout and we have Shohei Ohtani, who's another global.
That's right, global brand, global player.
I mean, it's fun to talk, and normally we would probably be talking, going over our grocery checklists here for the next 4 or 5 weeks. But right now we're talking LA sports, and it is nonstop, around the clock. It is hitting every news outlet. It is the top of every news story. LeBron James is here, and Laker basketball is back, Pep.
Guys, I'm really itchy over here.
I
see more ants. We're going to battle through. We're going to have a great show today, and it's brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You're overdue. I know you are. I know I'm overdue. That's why I'm going to go to Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change right there off of Alessandro Boulevard, off the 215 freeway between Riverside and Moreno Valley. You've got to get your oil changed in your car, any vehicle you have. You know you got to do it. It happens every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. Get in there. Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. We love you guys. All right, so the other big news outside of LeBron being a no-show at the pizza place, Kawhi Leonard is scheduled to have his camp tonight at King High School. Jeff, I haven't heard anything about this camp. Other than like this was the day it was scheduled for. But I have not seen anyone talking about it. I have not seen it on social media. I assume it's still happening.
Well,
is there any chance that even he'd be a no-show at his own camp? He's got to at least show his face, right?
I mean, if it still goes, I mean, you and I have our ear to the grindstone every single day. We kind of know what's going on with every sport, whether it be basketball, baseball, football.
We got lots of secrets.
We know a lot. In fact, if we opened our treasure trove, we could ruin a lot of people. And I will say this.
We're bringing you down.
The treasure trove, I've heard nothing about this Kawhi camp.
Isn't it bizarre?
The best player outside of LeBron James in the entire
world. We don't even know, like, I heard this like weeks ago that tonight, what's today, July 11th?
Yeah.
Was like the day for his camp. But like building up to it, like, I've heard nothing. I've seen nothing. Nothing's been on social media. Nothing's on Twitter or Instagram or in the newspaper. Like nothing. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, because you would think if you say, hey, we're going to have a Kawhi Leonard basketball camp here in the IE, we've seen Cal Baptist have 250 kids week after week.
Yeah.
We've seen UCR start their camps, and they're getting kids. Could you only imagine if they would have just said, hey, we got a Kawhi Leonard basketball camp? Do you know how many people probably, if they would have publicized it just out there one time?
Or how about this? He goes to one UCR camp and one CBU camp, pops his head in. Hey, guys, it's Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to have my own camp. It's going to be July 11th. I hope I see you there. You know how many of those kids would have flooded to his camp? I don't know. We're going to send Kono's going to the camp tonight.
Well, we did. You know what I had somebody do is we sent Kono to a barber. We shaved his beard, shaved his hair.
Baby face.
You know, he's got like back hair too, so we shaved his back hair.
All of it.
He looks like a true 11-year-old kid. So we're going to send him.
Little guy.
I gave him my middle boys.
So him and Connor are going to hang out?
He and Connor are going to hang out. Actually, I gave him Johnny's shoes because Johnny's my 5-year-old.
5-year-old?
Yeah, and those shoes fit him perfectly. So he's going to go over incognito with a GoPro on his shirt, and we're going to see if we can get Kawhi Leonard and see if he could say something about where he's going to land.
What if Kono's out there and he breaks some big news? Like,
then Kono,
hey, Kawhi, how's it going? It's going great. I just got traded to the 76ers. Or something crazy like that.
That would be great.
It's going great. I'm a Celtic.
Yeah. He's like, hey, little kid, this is where I'm going. All right, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, he tells the campers.
But no, I've heard nothing about this Kawhi camp.
Yeah, it's just weird. There's just not a lot of talk. There's not a lot of buzz around it, which if I was a kid and Kawhi, played at King High School, I think it would be the biggest deal around. Anyways, we'll find out. We're going to send Kono out there. He's going to go to the camp, and we'll see what's cracking out there with Kawhi Leonard. Hey, big baseball news. Rancho Cucamonga wins again. That's 15 straight wins for the Quakes. They beat up on Lancaster last night. It was 6-1, wasn't it, Greg? I think I was right. 6-1 against the Jethawks. Mike Lindskog, old Skoggy Skog, and Chappie had the call last night. Jeff, I've been around a lot of bad teams. I haven't been around a lot of good teams. But for baseball, 15 wins in a row, that's a big deal. It might not sound like a lot, but 15 wins in baseball is unbelievable. And the Quakes are on this unbelievable run right now.
Yeah, and if you're a baseball fan, you know a lot of luck comes into play.
Yes.
Nearly every single game there is a play based on luck. When you have 15 straight wins, and they're on a tear here the second half of the season, I don't know if that's luck or if it's just those guys are in just a groove. You look at their batting averages, guys are all batting over 300, guys are hitting home runs left and right, and the pitching staff has been dominant during these stretch of 15 wins.
And Mike Lindskog said it himself. This team in Rancho Cucamonga has so much talent, these future Dodgers. But will they be future Dodgers? Because they might be in a potential Manny Machado trade with the Orioles because they're so good. You got to give up something to get something.
And not only could that be into play, but continue winning and guys continue playing well, they're going to get bumped up.
They will.
And so that team could be vastly different going into the playoffs.
It is. Because, again, it's about grooming the guys to make it to the next level and ultimately help the big league team. It's not winning the California League, but it's nice. It's about getting the guys up to the major league level to help the Dodgers win.
Yeah.
Speaking of, the Dodgers did not win last night. They lost to the Padres by a score of 4-1, but it's okay. I still feel like they're going to chase down Arizona before the break. Fingers crossed. The Angels did win. That was a big win against Seattle last night, 9-3. Huge win for the Halos. Jeff, we're talking about this Quakes winning streak. If it continues at least until Friday, the Quakes will play on the road at the 66ers here in San Bernardino. And Nick Tropiano, one of the Angels starters, will make a rehab start for Inland Empire. So It'd be kind of cool to see the winning streak would be, 17 games at that point?
17.
Have the winning streak on the line against a member of the LA Angels, one of the Angels' starting pitchers. That would be fun.
And you and I will be there to check it out.
We're going to go to the game.
It's one of those, what do they call it? A free night. Everybody's free. It's going to be free parking, free everything.
It's called nothing.
Nothing night.
Nothing.
But
nada.
You and I will be there and looking forward to seeing the Quake, see if they can beat this young Angel arm that's coming back into play here.
One other local baseball note, Matt Andrews, the pride of Redlands East Valley and UC Riverside, he was scheduled to get the start this morning for Tampa Bay against Detroit. But remember, the Rays are that one wacky Major League Baseball team. They've adopted this new philosophy with their starting pitchers where they take one of their relievers and they let them start the game. They pitch an inning or two. Sure enough, Andrews was scheduled to get the start today. He didn't. It was a reliever. And after one inning, though, Andrews entered the game. He went 3 innings. He struck out 6. That's 2 Ks per inning. He didn't get the win, but the Rays did win 4-2. Tampa Bay's got a pretty good young team, and Matt Andrews is a big reason why. So 3 innings, 6 strikeouts for the former Highlander and the former Wildcat in that 4-2 win for Tampa Bay. And we've got to mention the World Cup. We know who's going to play France on Sunday.
I see London. I see France. I see someone's underpants.
Greg Hollett, let's crank up the highlight machine. Let's take the Inland Empire all the way to Russia. This is how it unfolded between Croatia and England.
Aquí viene la pelota, el Brasil ruso. Y después se rompe un penal. La pelota que queda picando, pelota con esto, viene remate.
What a game. I saw a lot of this game. It was actually very entertaining. It was back and forth. It was intense. If Croatia would have lost, I would have felt bad for them because I felt like they deserved to win. They did. It was an extended time, overtime, 2-1 over England. So the World Cup Championship final is set. It will be France against Croatia on Sunday. And Jeff, if I can leave one parting word as we wrap up our first segment. You know our good friend Nikki Palmer, the head softball coach at UC Riverside?
I do.
I've been looking for wacky tweets that we can just share with the world here on the Inland Sports Show.
She has a wacky tweet?
She tweeted this out. She said she's looking for recruits who hustle, like my 3-year-old when he has to use the restroom. That's inspiring. Because there's nothing more urgent than a 3-year-old who has to go potty.
Nothing more.
Right?
Trust me, I got a whole house full of little midgets, and they're always wanting to whiz around somewhere. So kids are always running to bathrooms.
We're brought to you by Ken's Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire with all your sporting gear needs. I got my Ken's hat on. In fact, I wear this Ken's hat everywhere. It's got all the sweat stain marks all over
That's
the place.
That's a good hat.
I had it in Arizona when I was hiking deep into the wilderness. Oh, I was deep.
Is it flat bill or is it?
No.
Somewhere
Pep's,
in the middle.
You're not a flat bill guy, Pep. If you were a flat bill guy, you and I would not be friends. There's a reason that I'm friends with Kono. Is that I just kind of like him, but other than that, I look at him at his hat, I'm disgusted with the flat hat. I want to punch him in the face every time I see him, but he is a cute little guy.
The good news is we could send Kono right now to Ken's Sporting Goods off the 15 freeway in Norco and buy a new hat, and we could help him with his bill because they got lots of hats at Ken's Sporting Goods.
They have many.
They got baseball bats, gloves, cleats, football helmets, whatever you might need for yourself or maybe your entire team or your company. They can embroider, screen printing, and Letterman's jackets at kensportinggoods.com. But my Ken's hat that I'm wearing right now kind of gone through an evolution because, remember, Jeff, we talked about this before. I used to take my hats, take like a can of corn.
Yes.
Put it in the middle, take a rubber band around it, and it had to be like a U.
Yes.
Now I'm somewhere in the middle. I've grown up a little bit. I'm not flat bill guy.
Yeah, don't be flat bill guy.
But I don't have that huge U where you can barely even see my little eyeballs in there. I'm somewhere in the middle.
You are a middle guy.
I'm growing up a little bit here. All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. Hey, the final vote for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, there was an update. In fact, we better check. I bet you the polls are closed now because you could vote for the last American League All-Star and the last National League All-Star. We had Max Muncy of the Dodgers, Andrelton Simmons for the Halos in the mix, but neither guy was near the top. So I don't know if it's final. We're going to talk about that when we come back because I believe the polls are closed for both of our Southern California guys. You're listening to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Do you think I like being here alone?
How you guys doing? Coach Bass here with Boost Training. We're here at the BPC and it's summertime. We have another Boost Training tip for you. This tip goes out to all the football players. You spent the entire offseason getting strong, putting on weight, getting bigger. Now it's time to make that sports specific and turn it into power. So these next few tips are going to show you exactly how to do that. Let's check it out. Okay, so our first tip of the day is what's called a depth jump. And this is a great drill to turn strength into power that you want to hit as you start getting closer to the season for an off-season football player. So what Cruz is going to do, he's going to take a quick step off the box. He's going to hit the ground as quickly as possible, get up, elevate, and he's going to land on the higher set of boxes here. All right, he's going to have his hips flexed, arms extended. He's going to hold that for a second. He's going to step back down. Here we go, Cruz. Let's hit it. Get up. Nice. Wants to hold that position for a second. Take a nice and easy step down. Depth jump, great drill to maximize power. There you have it. Now, we just showed you guys a depth jump. Now, one of the things that you can do to progress that and really take it to the next level, you can either elevate the 18-inch box here, all right, or we can elevate the landing box, all right? And remember, the goal here is to minimize ground contact and have a great counter movement, meaning when we hit the ground, we want to bring our arms through, all right? So just one of the things that you can do to make this more difficult and to maximize all those power gains. So that's our Boost Training tip of the day. Thanks for checking us out again. And make sure you stay up to date with everything that's Boost. Check our schedules, check our videos at our website at www.boosttrainingsystems.com. Check out our Twitter at Boost_training and our Instagram at Boost Training. Grind hard, stay solid.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have Like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
You know, I have not seen a division in our country since The Last Jedi this bad with LeBron James coming to LA. We got breaking news about LeBron James coming up right now on the Inland Sports Show. We're brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. You got to ask for him by name. He's got the greatest team ever. If you want to be better in your sport, make the varsity team a scholarship. He can help you out. And athletes of all levels and all sports, so whether you're youth, high school, college, lacrosse, golf, football, soccer, don't matter. Maybe one day you'll be in the World Cup, but only if you go to Boost. Boost Performance Training, boosttrainingsystems.com. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter. So, you know, you can't give you Laker fans anything nice. You just have to ruin everything. So that guy, is he a world-renowned artist? He's a famous artist. He does a lot of things.
He's probably pretty renowned now. I mean, that mural he made was pretty nice looking. It looked like a picture.
Yeah, so there's an artist in Los Angeles painted this awesome mural of LeBron James to celebrate the king. And of course, you know, I know you guys don't like to talk about it, but there is a division between Laker fans who say, yeah, let's embrace LeBron, and no, he's not one of us yet. So people vandalized it. Now, the original artist, we just found out this afternoon, he painted over the whole thing?
He painted over the whole thing.
He did?
I just read about it. The muralists, as they like to be called, you know, they're no longer what is that, graffitiists, okay. They're muralists. He's
okay,
a muralist. Sure. He said that he was tired of the vandalism having to come out and fixing it every day, so he just painted the whole thing white.
Well, I think after the whole pizza debacle from last night, I think that mural was just waiting to get tagged again and vandalized. So it looked like he just went out there with white paint and just covered up the whole entire wall.
Yep.
That's kind of sad, though, isn't it? That guy probably put a lot of hard work. Hopefully he took some pictures of it and stuff before it came down.
There's a video out there of him actually painting the whole thing in time-lapse photography.
Oh, really?
It's pretty impressive, and especially doing that beard. That beard was awesome to watch. I watched it the other day. In fact, I was watching, they were talking about it on one of the TV shows earlier this morning, of just how incredible this guy was. I'm sure he'll get a lot of work for this, but he did it on his own accord, and they gave him a wall.
I just, and maybe it's my own problem, but I don't know if there's anything out there that I care enough about that'd be like, man, that really makes me mad. I'm gonna go vandalize that wall.
I'm gonna destroy it.
I don't know if there's not, outside of my wife and kids, I don't know if there's anything.
Yeah, what if somebody besmirched my name or my picture?
I'd help them. I don't know.
Hey! Whoa.
I mean, I'd grow draw the mustache on your face. I don't know. Like, there's, maybe I just don't get Laker fans, but there's nothing I'm that passionate about. Like, I love my Sacramento Kings, but I'd never be like, oh, there's a Kobe mural in the state capitol. I'm gonna go vandalize it.
Just be happy, Laker fans. We have LeBron James. I mean, he's the best.
Can't have anything nice.
It's the best player in the world. Who cares? He was sitting on a big donut in his pool. He was supposed to be a Blaze pizza.
Yeah, he didn't have a care in the world.
He didn't have it. Just come on, man. He gave away free pizzas. Probably cost him $2 million. I mean, it was everywhere. There was people flocking for free pie. Just let the guy just float around in his pool and stop painting over his picture and be happy that the Lakers are now relevant once again in the NBA.
All right, so there's your breaking news. The mural of LeBron James in Los Angeles has been painted over, so no more vandalizing. Although I wonder if people will go back to the scene of the crime and tag something over it still.
I'm sure
that's
they
where it
will.
was. That's the LeBron James.
I'm sure they will, Pep. Yeah, Kobe will.
Yeah, remember that conspiracy theory? I guess there was some video of some guy in a hood who went up to the mural and did stuff on it, and they're like, does he look about, I don't know, 6'6", 6'7"? Could that be Kobe? But I guess Kobe's endorsed LeBron, right? Like he's happy, like he welcomed him into the Lakers
I don't know
family.
I don't know why Kobe wouldn't. I mean, think of it. Before Kobe, there were other players. It was Magic Johnson before Kobe. Before Magic, there was Kareem and Wilt.
Well, you just skipped the whole Anthony Peeler era?
I did. I did. But think about it. You know, Kobe graced our presence. How many years was he a Laker for? 20? 20 years.
I lost count.
It's a fifth of, LeBron's going to be here a fifth of what Kobe was here. A 4-year deal. Probably, I imagine this is probably where he'll finish his career. Kobe's legacy is still going to be intact. He knows it as far as the Laker fans. But, man, just be happy we got a chance now. There's a chance that the Lakers are going to be good next year. There's a chance.
No, they will be good. They will be a playoff team. They won't win it all, but they'll be a good team.
And if anybody is talking about Houston being a contender next year,
they are.
They're not going to be.
Yeah, they will.
They lost their 2 best defenders. Now, and they think about it.
Who? Ariza and who?
Mamu Mute, whatever his name is.
Imba Mute?
Yeah, I can't say his name.
He went to the Clippers, but come on,
yeah,
man.
but those were their 2 best defenders on the team. They're going to give up. I mean, is James Harden going to guard anybody?
No.
Is Chris Paul going to guard anybody?
I don't think so.
Is Carmelo Anthony going to guard anybody if he goes there? No.
But if he can keep Capella, at least he'll protect the rim.
Yeah, but he can't protect guys shooting 25-footers like Trevor Ariza was doing. They gave the Golden State Warriors everything. They gave them the deal. And it was because of those 2 players guarding those perimeter players. Now there's no perimeter defense. I don't see him being very good at all. I see him being not a contender, but they're going to be mid-range, top 4.
Okay, real quick, because I want to get to the Major League Baseball All-Star vote. But if you look at the Western Conference, let's just say for the sake of our conversation right now, Golden State's still number 1.
Yes.
Defending champs, they should be. After that, who's the second best team in the West right now today?
Lakers. You have to. You put LeBron James on any team. Look at what he did with Cleveland. This is a better roster that he has in Los Angeles. And he has never, in the last 8 years, he has never gone beyond a number 2 seed in the playoffs. So, yeah, you got to put him as a 2 seed. Until somebody beats LeBron James.
He was 4 in the East this year, wasn't he?
Was he 4th?
He was 4th in the East.
But they have not, honestly, has he ever been below that? I don't think so. And think of it this way. Just by him playing with the Los Angeles Lakers and these young players, that is going to give them a boost. They're going to have to play a lot harder when you play with LeBron James. LeBron James will cuss you out right on the court. If you're not playing hard, he's going to get in your face. And I'll tell you, those young guys aren't going to want that. They're not going to like that. So they're going to play harder for him. And I'm telling you, they are going to surprise people because you got some enforcers now. And I think it's a pretty good team to match up well with versus Golden State.
You know what?
Guard, I think Rondo can guard Steph Curry.
Because we saw the Western Conference was a mess. It was a logjam this last season after the top couple of teams. I still think Houston's better. I think New Orleans is still going to be pretty good without Rondo because they got Holiday. They still got Anthony Davis. I think Oklahoma City is going to be better without Carmelo Anthony. I think after Golden State and probably Houston, it's going to be another mess again in the Western Conference because there's going to be so many guys or so many teams lumped together.
I want
in the
you
middle.
to look at this. Look at all of the Western Conference teams. There seems to be controversy surrounding all the good teams other than Golden State. Golden State's only controversy is can Boogie Cousins, and I hate saying the term Boogie Cousins.
Boogie, it's your boy.
Boogie.
Run DMC.
Okay, putting him into the mix, that is your only but you look, San Antonio, turmoil. Houston, turmoil. Houston is in turmoil when you lose your 2 best defenders. What other teams did you say? New Orleans. New Orleans is going to be completely different.
Cousins was not there for the playoff run. They were better without him.
Yeah, but they
and Rajon Rondo, they lost him.
But Rajon Rondo is a gamer. I don't like him at all. He's not a great shooter, but he's tough. He's a tough guy, and that's what you need to combat in the West. Look at Portland. Portland has studs, but they're in turmoil.
They got 2 good guards.
They're guard oriented. That's it. They don't have anybody to combat the post. And we saw it. Those guys don't play well together. They don't like each other. So the Western Conference.
Don't sleep on Utah.
Utah is still young. I mean, they still have a good post, and they've got a great player.
Rudy Gobert.
I mean, those
Mitchell.
2 guys are good,
Yeah.
and they're going to be a good team, but they're not a over-the-top team unless they get somebody. But you look at the Lakers, there's no turmoil right now. There's none. We have yet to see what's going on. And, there's nothing that we can say, wow, other than Lonzo Ball, it seems to be good. So look at the Lakers. I'm going to pick them second behind Golden State.
If Houston can keep Clint Capella, I'll keep Houston at number 2.
But they're going to have to overpay Clint Capella now. They
Not
could
my
have.
money.
They could have signed a couple, but they could. The well is dried up for free agents defensively, and they lose their 2 best defenders. Capella's not a scorer
unless they make a trade for Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard is. They're not going to rent
another
him.
Western Conference team.
Yeah, but see, that just puts them same thing. 2 teams in turmoil. The Lakers are not in turmoil.
They're not.
They are not yet, other than Lonzo Ball.
I will give you this. I know I just like to push against you sometimes. I will give you this. The Lakers team right now, we've said this over and over again, the Lakers roster right now is better than what he had in Cleveland this past season. Like right now, on paper, they're better than what he had in Cleveland this past season.
And with the subtractions, and the West has the best players, but the West, the teams, all the good players are playing for, all like you said, are in turmoil of some shape or form.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we will get to that Major League Baseball All-Star voting. It closed today, I believe, at 1 p.m. for the final guys into the All-Star game. We had 1 Dodger, 1 Halo, Simmons and Muncy up to get that final spot, to get into the Midsummer Classic. It was not looking good for either guy going into today. So we don't see the final votes yet, but I think they were kind of a long shot. So we'll give you an update on I think they call it the final vote for the 2018 Major League Baseball All-Star Game, which is next Tuesday in Washington, D.C. You're listening to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using, we do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car, whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that close for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
I have 8 different bosses right now.
I beg your pardon?
8 bosses.
8?
8, Bob. So that means that when I make a mistake, I have 8 different people coming by to tell me about it.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temecula Canyon Road, where you can buy, trade, and finance. You can do it all right in the same spot. Plus, if you mention the Inland Sports Show right now, you're going to save $500. You go to Catalano Motors, you find the vehicle that you love. It could change your life, and then we're going to put $500 back in your pocket. But you've got to mention the Inland Sports Show. And it's only at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. And I encourage you to visit their website before you head out there. Go to CatalanoCars.com and check it out. We got a link on the Inland Sports website as well. We're here to help. You're welcome. All right, Major League Baseball, Jeff. We had our guy Trent Rush from AM 830, KLAA, the other day. Come on here. Really trying to hype up Andrelton Simmons. Shortstop. Having a great year. He's having an all-star year. Problem is, there's a lot of great shortstops in the American League right now. It's the golden age of shortstops. So we don't know what the final vote looks like. In fact, we don't even know what the voting numbers look like. But Major League Baseball yesterday released the pecking order.
Yes.
Simmons was last.
Oh, come on.
I really thought by having Trent Rush come on the show, make his case, the IE would rise up for Simba, lift him high up into the air, and crown him the king as an all-star.
Do you know how many times the Gorham boys voted?
All night long.
Almost 400 votes.
Serious?
Yeah, that's what the last count was with Connor. Said he had done it 400 times.
Connor's
400! But that did not get him in, it looks like. That's too bad. He's having a career year. I mean, one of the best. If he was in the National League, he would definitely be in the All-Star game with those numbers.
I would think so. It's just kind of weird. It's like a pendulum that swings back and forth because right now the shortstop position is absolutely loaded in the American League. There's so many great young shortstops right now in the AL. And on the flip side, like you look at first base, not a lot of great young first basemen in the American League. So it's kind of weird how it works out. Simmons does deserve to be an all-star, but it looks like he's not going to get in. The voting ended at 1 p.m. Pacific time, right?
1 p.m. The votes are closed. I just went on MLB.com.
So it's over, but we don't have the final numbers yet.
No, we do not.
Okay, so here's how it looked as of yesterday evening. Gene Segura, the shortstop for the Mariners, he's probably going to get in. He was at number 1.
She's pretty good.
For the... It's a guy who...
I'm sorry.
It's
Gene.
like
Gene. Gene. But shouldn't you spell it G-E?
Jean.
That's like I'm looking at... I have a teacher that I work with named Gene Segura. I thought she was pretty good shortstop when they played in the faculty-student game. But apparently, playing well for Seattle.
For Seattle.
Yeah.
Halos beat them last night.
Yeah.
But, Gene Segura is the leading vote getter right now in the American League for that final spot, followed by Andrew Benintendi of the Boston Red Sox, Giancarlo Stanton, Eddie Rosario of the Twins, and then Andrelton Simmons, last out of the 5 players. I'm kind of surprised that the Red Sox and the Yankee are one of those guys are not in first place, because you would think in terms of just total fan base, one of those guys would be in first place because in just sheer numbers, Yankees and Red Sox fans will get out there and vote, get their guy into the game. But no, it's Seattle. Seattle wants Segura in the game.
Yeah, and you did mention, I think a lot of the East Coast teams, and you see in the All-Star game when they have the voting, it's usually Eastern teams that get more players because, like I said many times, when I went back east, you go to these games, you go to, in Michigan, you go to sports bars, and, at 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock, even 1 o'clock in the morning, those sports bars are packed because their teams are playing out west. So those guys they're rabid fans. You come out west here where you go to a sports bar now.
They got like HGTV on, Flip Your House. They got the Kardashians on.
Yeah, I mean it's a different mentality because when you have Eastern teams play West teams, the games will start at 10 o'clock back there. So it's a different kind of fan base. Out here at 7 o'clock, people have other things to do. We're by the beach. They go to the mountains. They go to Disneyland. So I could see the voting sway east.
All right, unless Simba, with help from Connor Gorham, can sway this vote in the final. It'd be the final morning because the polls have closed. It's over, but we don't see the final tally yet. So if we get that while we're live on the air, we'll pass it along. But Simba needed a huge comeback here to get into the All-Star game for the Halos. It looks like Gene Segura, but you just never know. In the National League, here's how it looked. And listen, as much as I like Max Muncy of the Dodgers, and I think he's a fun story, 20 home runs to lead the team. He's having an all-star caliber season. Like Simmons, probably deserves to be in the Midsummer Classic next week. But I love what the Brewers are doing because they have this whole campaign for their guy, Jesus Aguilar, who is probably the best power hitter in the National League right now, which is unbelievable because I hadn't heard of him until like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But they have this whole campaign, I believe in Jesus. And it's swept social media. Everyone's on board, and he's the clear-cut favorite. He's number 1 in voting right now in the National League, and he's probably going to get it.
Yeah, he should. I mean, everything is going on. I mean, we saw last year when JT got in because of his now wife. Remember, she had that big push where get JT on the All-Star roster. So it is a popularity contest, and the sad thing is about the Major League Baseball is guys are going to be left off the roster. The good thing about Max Muncy, though, is he's going to be batting in the Home Run Derby.
That's right. He will be in the Home Run Derby.
So he'll be out there, and he'll get recognized. And you couldn't ask for a better story for a guy who was out of Major League Baseball last year, cut by the A's, and now just a superstar with the Dodgers. Dodgers seem to find those guys every single year. There's always a diamond that they find out of the rough.
Well, if the voting holds true, and as much as I do like Muncy and Simmons, I think the fans kind of got it right. Segura's having a great year for Seattle. I think he deserves to be in there. And Jesus Aguilar, again, I wasn't really familiar with him until a couple of weeks ago. You look at his stats, probably the best power hitter in the National League right now. Unbelievable. And Milwaukee's been a really good feel-good story as well. They look like a playoff team, and Aguilar's leading the way. So Jesus Aguilar looks like he's going to get in for the National League. Here was the pecking order. again, they don't tell you the exact number of votes, but they do give you the order of how they ranked going into the final day of voting. So Jesus Aguilar was number 1, followed by Brandon Belt, the first baseman for the Giants. Then there was Max Muncy. Trey Turner, shortstop for the Washington Nationals, and Matt Carpenter, an infielder for the Cardinals, was the 5th guy. So, again, we don't have the final numbers, but if it ended how we saw it as of last night, it would be Gene Segura from the Mariners and Jesus Aguilar from the Brewers would be the last 2 guys into the All-Star game.
Now, obviously, we're talking about this. Is the Dodgers, who is representing the Dodgers? Is it just Kemp?
It's Kemp and Kenley Jansen.
How is Ross Stripling not mentioned?
Well, you know what? It's funny because Dave Roberts was quoted as saying that he does not, because he's the manager for the National League All-Stars, that he does not get to pick which players will get in, but there's always a starting pitcher or 2 that will not go to the All-Star game because of the way the rotation works.
Justin Verlander this year.
Yes, their days will come up and they won't go, and Ross Stripling could be a guy that his name could be added, but it's not up to Dave Roberts, so we'll have to kind of play it out and see. But he has been a pleasant surprise for the Dodgers, who have gone through so many injuries with their starting pitchers, like the Angels.
Yeah, he's gone over the century mark in strikeouts. He's got a 2.2 ERA, phenomenal player. I think he is a well-deserved.
All right, so we know we have Kemp, we have Jansen, and we've got, of course, Mike Trout from the Halos, who deserves to be there every single year. And if we get the final vote, the tallies, while we're live on the air, we will pass those along, as Simmons and Muncy both look like long shots right now for the Dodgers and the Halos. When we come back, we will celebrate the fine people of Croatia, as Croatia is headed to the World Cup final. They will take on France on Sunday in the World Cup finals. In Russia, we've got Dennis Pope from the UPSL and Inland FC. He's going to help us make sense of the World Cup semifinals, the championship match on Sunday, and what in the world is going on with American soccer. I need some answers. We'll be back at the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Okay, what else? Oh, yeah, we got to trim some of the fat.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Turn our beds into bunk beds. Yes.
Why are you guys so sweaty?
All right, we've already figured out how to do this. The beds match up perfectly. And here's the thing, it'll give us so much extra space in our room to do activities. Please say yes.
You don't need permission from us to build bunk beds. You're adults.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. As always, presented by Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car. Get your oil changed at Spoiled right there on Alessandro Boulevard off the 215 freeway between Riverside and Moreno Valley. You're probably overdue. Go to Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. Right now on the Spoiled Celebrity Hotline, he is the communications director for the UPSL, that's the United Premier Soccer League, and also the founding father. He gave birth to Inland FC. It's our dear friend Dennis Pope. Pope, how are you doing today?
I'm living the dream, Pep. How are you?
You know what? I want to ask you something right off the bat because I'm a soccer guy. You're a soccer guy. Did anyone predict France versus Croatia as the championship final at the World Cup? It just sounds bizarre.
Well, France was a sexy pick, but I don't think anybody had Croatia who wasn't already a Croatia fan. But France has got a lot to offer. There were a lot of players who people thought, hey, that guy could lead a team to a World Cup. So I don't think France is a stretch. But Croatia beating England today is a big-time disappointment. I think the world's over pretty much.
Well, you know, my biggest disappointment is we didn't have an England-France final because the only thing I wanted to say until the weekend was I see London, I see France, I see Pope's underpants.
He's been waiting on that one, Pope.
Yeah, he writes his jokes early and holds on to them.
Yeah, he does.
I really thought it was coming home. I really thought England was going to play for the World Cup this time.
You know what? Like, if you would have asked me, yeah, well, we did talk about this, but going into the semifinals, I thought, you know what? The final's going to be Belgium against England. And I got it completely wrong. I got it backwards.
Yeah, I did too. I had Argentina winning it all, so what do I know?
Yeah, you know what? That leads me to my next point. Like, we're looking at this championship match of France taking on Croatia on Sunday. Pope, we don't have Argentina. We don't have Brazil. Germany, the defending champion, didn't even make it out, out of pool play into the group play. I mean, it's been kind of a weird, wacky World Cup. How would you kind of size this up with no? I mean, I know France has had some really good teams, and they've won the World Cup before, but the traditional powers are out. There's no Ronaldo. There's no Messi. It's been kind of a weird World Cup.
I think that part of that is its host being in Russia kind of threw a specter of strangeness over the whole tournament, but it's been really exciting. All the quarterfinal and knockout round games that have gone to kicks really drive interest and prolong, I think, what people like out of the game, which is the excitement. So, yeah, without having the major powers there, I think that it's a little more open. It's a little more open for those people who are outside the game, who don't traditionally know about who's good, to follow somebody new. And so Croatia is going to be a new hot pick, that people are going to want to follow. Luka Modric, the player who, is going to be beloved the world over, and we're going to see his image the next 4 years for sure on a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, there were some fun teams to watch. As a casual soccer fan, I tried to watch as many games as I could on Telemundo, porque fútbol es mi corazón. I liked Senegal. I liked the story of Iceland. Russia being the host country, they were ranked 70th in the world or something like that, and they made it to the quarters.
Right, that's correct.
So I mean, there was good storylines without the traditional powers of soccer.
Yeah, and seeing little countries surprise us is good for the game. I think any little surprise here and there that isn't constantly Brazil versus England, or not that England's been to the final, but an England-dominated World Cup, I think would encapsulate more people and bring more people in. I'd like to see smaller countries involved, and I'm kind of growing on the idea of the World Cup going to 48 teams. The quality of the games will suffer a little bit short term, but I think long term it'll mean big things for the game worldwide.
We're talking with Dennis Pope from the UPSL, the CEO of the Inland Football Club. Dennis, I need some answers. Why is American soccer not very good right now? We were not in the World Cup. Coaches continue to, it's like a revolving door. Like, we need some stability. We need some good young players. What's going on right now with USA Soccer? Why are we not at the top of our game?
Well, the game is so fragmented here in the States. Most countries that are dominant, Germany, France, so on and so forth, those dominant European countries have a pipeline, a pathway for players and clubs to follow. Here in the States, it's so fragmented that players jump from one thing to another, just hoping that they're going to get a shot in Europe eventually. And there's no real pathway to excellence with a Major League Soccer club because there's no defined pyramid. And if you want to take a step back and say, why is that? Well, U.S. soccer is based around Major League Soccer, and Major League Soccer is based around filling National Football League stadiums during the summer. So the original intent of Major League Soccer wasn't to become a true soccer nation. It was to find another tenant for National Football League stadiums during the summertime. And it's grown to a point now where there's a burgeoning movement of lower division clubs who are seeking opportunities. So why we're not there yet is because there's a stranglehold on status in United States Soccer has given it to Major League Soccer and nobody else. So there's a clear divide between the haves and the have-nots and where the money goes. And there's no solidarity payments. We don't follow the international calendar. There's just a litany of things that U.S. soccer isn't doing that could improve the game here overall for the players, because it starts with the players. You've got to have quality players and quality coaching, and all of that would go hand in hand with the international calendar. We'd be able to rotate coaches, rotate players more efficiently. So there's a lot of things wrong, Pep. There really is, and there's no real sense of it getting better right now. The same people who were in charge before are basically in charge now. Their number one priority was to get the World Cup in 2026, right? 2028,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
right? So now that they've accomplished that, I think that there's still question marks there, but now that they sort of have that notch, that check mark box, they talk about working on other things, but we'll see what it is that they work on, if they provide opportunities for lower division clubs to improve, if they provide some sort of sanctioning for lower division clubs to advance themselves. But it's all going to be under the auspices of Major League Soccer and their business model and how they've gone about creating their league over the last 20 years. And another team we didn't mention during our World Cup talk was Japan. And their league, Pep, is 1 year older than Major League Soccer. And they initiated promotion and relegation just a couple of years ago. And look how far they got. And look how everybody sort of thought, hey, they're a technical team. Well, we could be there too, if we follow the same process he uses Japan. I think there's a stranglehold on the financials of U.S. soccer. And until that's relinquished, we won't see an open soccer system here in the States like they have now in Japan, and allows those countries to succeed like that.
Dennis, there's over 5 million registered youth soccer players registered in the United States alone, and over 26 million play, recreationally. I mean, are the better athletes playing football and basketball and baseball? Do you think that could have something to do with it? But there's more kids playing soccer in the U.S. than any other sport.
That's right, although recent reports state that there was quite a big drop this last year with the way that U.S. soccer changed the year-by-year dates for players. Instead of being academic year, it's now calendar year. And so a lot of teams had to disband and break up, and there was a big time, like a 17% drop in participation in 2017. But be that as it may, a lot of kids play soccer. There's been a lot of soccer players over the years. It's a level of coaching, an institutionalized level of coaching that just isn't there yet. There's definitely opportunities to play, but the level of player that you're playing against isn't as high quality as you're going to find in other countries, just because of the level of coaching and level of, predecessing people before them who have also played the game at a high level. We don't really have that here in the United States so much.
We're talking with Dennis Pope from the UPSL, Inland FC. Make sure you give him a follow, Inland Fieldhouse, on Twitter as well. And Dennis, I don't know if you caught the actual TV commercial of Landon Donovan. He took a lot of heat because he was a paid spokesperson from Wells Fargo, and he told everyone on Twitter to go support Mexico. And I saw the commercial all over Telemundo where he unzips his sweater and he's got the Mexico shirt on.
Right.
Like, he's a Redlands guy. He's one of us. He's from the Inland Empire. He's, the greatest American scorer. But I don't know, man. It just, being a Mexican-American myself, I didn't appreciate that. The U.S. is my team. I don't have a backup. I don't have a second team. I don't have hey, I'm going to cheer for Mexico because the United States isn't in it. That doesn't fly with me. If the Kings aren't in the NBA playoffs, I don't jump on the Warrior bandwagon. I've only got one team. What did you think of Landon Donovan jumping ship?
It's funny that you mentioned that. I tried to find a metaphor to have my wife understand what this is like for an American fan, because really this is a gut punch.
Yeah.
Right? So, but she's a big-time Harry Potter fan. And so I said, it's like if Harry Potter decided to all of a sudden play for Team Voldemort. It doesn't, it doesn't equate. And she's like, It's not like that at all. And I was like, well, if there was a Quidditch World Cup, which there is, he would have gone to, because his team, Gryffindor, didn't make the World Cup, he's now going to go out and support, Slytherin, right? That just doesn't fly, right? You can't let that happen.
Doesn't.
So I think she got it, although she didn't appreciate me dragging her favorite pastime into soccer. But
that's how us soccer fans feel.
Having that person who you've looked up to for the last 20 years all of a sudden say, that thing we fought for so hard, no worries, no biggie.
And I think what bothered me the worst was, okay, first off, just being a sports fan, again, like I just mentioned, I don't jump off my team's ship. I go down with the ship, even if they're bad. Even though the U.S. did not make the World Cup, that's still my team. I don't have a backup team. I don't have a side team. I don't have any of those things. I just like bad teams, and that's okay because I'm going to stick with them until it gets good again. But the other thing that bothered me was he did it for Wells Fargo, so he's like selling out, like he's getting paid to do this. It really, I don't know, it just really bothered me.
Yeah, no, that part really rubs you the wrong way too, especially if you're a Wells Fargo customer. I don't. There's nothing to really like about it. I think it was not a smart bit of advertising, really. I think any advertising sometimes is good advertising, but that was an overwhelming amount of negative reaction to that. I don't think that was smart. I don't think they anticipated that at all.
Now, Pope, we've seen just in the last week LeBron James coming to the Lakers, for financial reasons. And do you see the kind of the similar thing with Ronaldo leaving for $340 million to go to play for, was it
Juventus?
Juventus? Yeah. Do you see a correlation between the two?
That they're contemporaries, maybe, and that they definitely probably observe each other and want to, on some level, be considered the best there ever was in their particular sport. I mean, there's a lot to be similar, to draw between them. Anything in particular with this instance? No, I think Ronaldo, his time at Real Madrid had come to an end, and they were able to sell him at an improvement. They made money off this transaction, so I think it was a win-win all the way around. I think it was just a fortunate deal. LeBron coming to the Lakers, I don't think anybody but you saw this happening, longer than 2 weeks ago. So I think this is more, serendipitous. I think there's Genie Bus somehow pulling some magic, literally, to make this happen.
Yeah.
Although Juventus has totally leveraged Ferrari, I've seen, in order to make this deal happen, because Ronaldo's so expensive, they've had to, try and get money out of their corporate Ferrari sponsorship to make this happen. So it's not like they're just sort of selling this off as their most expensive player. He's a big-time investment for Juventus, too.
Well, I know here in America we've been on LeBron watch. It's finally over. But the rest of the world, outside the United States, everyone had their eyes on Ronaldo. Now he's going to Juventus. So it's a huge deal. Hey, Dennis, before we run, where can people find you online?
At UPSLsoccer.com. I'm also on Twitter at Dennis Pope and at Inland Fieldhouse. The high school football season's around the corner, right? So I covered those games, too, for the local media. And you can find my musings there at Inland Fieldhouse, predictions, quotes from the week ahead, week before, all that kind of stuff. And I hope to be able to talk to you guys about high school football coming up, too.
Pope, you are the man. Inland FC, UPSL, high school football, he does it all, the great Dennis Pope. Dennis, we always appreciate the time, and go USA.
Pep, thanks so much. Jeff, take it easy, buddy.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, the great Dennis Pope. He gave birth to Inland FC, the founding father. Local football club.
He's going to be on a mountain somewhere in San Bernardino or Riverside, and you're going to see
Mount Rubidoux. I would picture his face on Mount Rubidoux.
Let's get an artist out there. He can chisel the face of Dennis Pope.
Will they paint it like LeBron James?
They will go over and they will paint over his face every single day. But I will be the guy to go out there with a brush and a bucket of soap to clean the face of Dennis Pope on the side of the mountain at Mount Rubidoux.
Dennis will be at the local pizza parlor at 5 o'clock today with free pizza.
Yes. If he posts something on Twitter, if he says he's going to be at a pizza parlor, Pope will be at that parlor, my friend.
Who would do that? Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe wouldn't do it. Neither would Dennis Pope.
But LeBron does. He's got better things to do. He's floating around his pool and his donut inner tube.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back to the Ronaldo thing with you, Pep. I think that Ronaldo and a lot like LeBron James made a financial decision. They're Ronaldo. I mean, how many more years does he have left in him?
I don't know. They're pretty close to the same age. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. I'll look it up. But I think Ronaldo's probably like 31, 32.
Yeah, and you got to think about it. Basketball and soccer are the 33. So he's 33.
They're the same age.
You got to look at basketball and soccer are similar in the sense that you run constantly. It's a big toll on the body. Yes. I would imagine. I think maybe 4 years, 5 years that each of these guys have left. I think they made financial decisions to cash in on their power.
How much was LeBron James's deal? Was it like 150?
154 million over 4 years, which means he's making, I think they said, over $100,000 a day. But he could have made more staying with Cleveland. Could have made a lot more.
What was the high end of his contract? Like 200 million?
It would have been 220.
And what is Ronaldo getting? Like over 300?
340, I believe.
300. Let's see. Is it $500 million?
It's a ridiculous amount.
Like, just to put this in perspective of how we value and look at LeBron James, and we know how much he's worth, and he's easily the greatest player on the planet right now. Yet, outside of the United States, soccer clubs look at Ronaldo and say, we're going to pay like $500 million to get you.
Yeah, and
it's huge news.
But it's similar in the sense, I would imagine that LeBron James is going to be making the same amount of coin coming to L.A. I mean, they said there was 12 billionaires when he signed that wanted to immediately do business with him. I mean,
they're not hanging out in Cleveland.
He's already crossed a $1 billion plateau. Ronaldo has already crossed a $1 billion plateau. But it also tells you a little bit about our society. We were talking before the show. Do you know who the youngest billionaire in America is? I'm sure Kono knows. It's sad.
I had no idea.
No idea.
I said, who is he? And you're like, no, it's not a he.
It is a 19-year-old Kylie Jenner, just made $1 billion.
Wait, is that Ben Simmons?
No, that's his sister.
His sister. Okay.
She is also.
I get him mixed up. I don't know.
She's the highest.
First off, she inherited money, and she had her mom, her manager. She ain't self-made.
No, but the thing is, she has a cosmetic. But let's put this into perspective here. We have a person in 3 years. 3 years with the cosmetic line. It was just on Forbes.
But how are you a billionaire like that?
I want you guys to think. We talk sports every single day. We talk about the hard work that these athletes put in. LeBron James, Ronaldo just crossed $1 billion, and they're 33 years old, and it took them hours and hours and hours and hours of hard work. Agree?
Countless hours.
Then you have a Jenner. Bruce is whatever. The daughter is 19 years old, and in 3 years, she's made over $1 billion.
I don't know
doing nothing. I've never heard her speak. I've never heard a word
That's
from
what
her.
I asked you, Jeff. I'm like, how does she make her money? Like, I don't understand. Like, where did the money come from?
It's, I guess, with Mac deals. Or not Mac, but
Mac makeup or
makeup. Yeah.
But $1 billion in makeup? Like,
yeah,
like wait, I don't understand.
All those rabbits killed for the sake of lip balm.
Makes me mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. It just puts it into perspective that sports and entertainment don't mix. One works hard, the other doesn't, and still same payoff.
We're brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Make sure you check them out on Instagram and Twitter. A lot better than the Jenners. If you're following the Jenners, go ahead, do the unfollow and follow Boost. It could change your life. Are the Jenners going to change your life? No, but Boost Performance Training can with Coach Ray Bass. Follow them on Instagram, Twitter. BoostTrainingSystems.com is the website. Training for all athletes and all levels. When we come back, we'll talk a little high school foosball. Hey, is Bert Esposito joining us?
He is.
Bert's going to join us live, the head coach of Temecula Valley, when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Eat my shorts.
You know it already. Hey, get up!
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Listen, we need to have a talk about Vanderhoff. The fact is, he's the sponsor. And you signed a contract guaranteeing him certain concessions, one of them being a spot on the show.
Well, that's where I see things just a little differently. Contract or no, I will not bow to any sponsor.
Sorry you feel that way, but basically it's the nature of the beast.
Maybe I'm wrong on this one, but for me, the beast doesn't include selling out. Garth, you know what I'm talking about, right?
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
I can't talk about it anymore. It's giving me a headache.
Here, take 2 of these.
Ah, new print. Little, yellow, different.
Look, you can stay here in the big leagues and play by the rules, or you can go back to the farm club in Aurora. It's your choice.
Yes, and it's the choice of a new generation.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Like we said, would the Jenners help you? No.
No.
But would Boost help you? Yes. Would Ken's Sporting Goods help you? Yes. They would help you too. Since 1976, all your sporting gear needs. You don't have to go anywhere else. Right down the 15 freeway in Norco, they've got all your sports equipment. They got Letterman's jackets. They got it all for all the different sports.
You know what? There's 2 big things that happened in 1976. You know what those 2 things are?
Ken's Sporting Goods.
And the bicentennial, my friend. The birth of our nation was 200 years old. So Ken's and the bicentennial.
And it's not by chance.
Nope.
And it's also not by chance that we go to the Ken's Sporting Goods Celebrity Hotline. This guy's always coming on our show. We appreciate it. He's now the head coach of your Temecula Valley Golden Bears. And they got a big passing tournament coming up on Saturday. The great Bert Esposito. Coach, how are you doing today?
Great. How are you guys doing?
Oh, I'm putting up with Jeff again, so it's pretty much a normal day around here.
Yeah.
But you got a big passing tournament coming up on Saturday. We're excited about it because we all have got this big appetite for high school football. We know it's around the corner. But talk about your tournament on Saturday, the first annual Golden Bear Classic.
Okay, well, it's going to be a continuation of what I did over at my past school, and hopefully we can run it as well as we can, being that there's not a lot of experience here in doing it, but hopefully we'll get that rolling. And we're excited because there's 3 elements to it. We have the kicking part in the morning, then we have the passing tournament starting at 1, and then the lineman competition at 2.
That's my favorite.
Jeff likes the big guys.
I like watching those big guys run shirtless. Look like they're running with donuts.
Jeff likes the big guys. I like the skill guys. I like the kickers too.
No, those kickers, those guys. Kickers are a whole different breed, aren't they, Coach? They're all weirdos.
Yes, definitely. They are different. They have unique qualities about them.
That's right. The good ones do, right?
Yes.
But there's some really great teams that are going to be at this inaugural Golden Bear Classic. I saw Redlands East Valley's on the list, Ukaipa, several schools from Riverside. So, Coach, how'd you get all these great teams to come down to your place? And we're going to see some good competition.
Well, I think a lot of it, reputation of the last 15 years, and we were able to get a lot of them. I had the whole tournament filled by March. So, and we had some teams on the waiting list as well.
Now, Coach, you've had your boots on the ground here for a while at Temecula Valley. You sat out as a head coach for a year. How are things over at Temecula Valley? Are you having a good time?
Yeah, absolutely, and we're undefeated right now, so I'm really happy.
Hey, Coach, I was digging through your schedule. You do play Paloma Valley. I'm assuming that was already on the schedule, right, before you took the Temecula Valley job?
Well, when I was at Paloma, we'd been playing Temecula for the last, 8, 9, 10 years. I don't even know.
Wait, so did you actually schedule that game when you were still there, or was that just on the schedule?
Yeah, it was just on the schedule, and, it happened. And this year it'll be at Paloma Valley, and it'll be week 5.
Yeah, and you'll be on the opposite sideline. Will that be kind of weird?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. No doubt about it. I mean, I went and stood on the opposite sideline during spring this year just to see what it feels like.
Now, Coach, talking about this team that you have on the field coming in next year, you have a couple special players, but there's one in particular that we've read about and you've talked about, Brody Hughes. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Yeah, Brody is he'll be a junior this year, and he's a phenomenal all-around athlete. He went and ran track this year, never really did it before, and long jumped 20 feet, triple jumped, I think it was 39, 11 and a half. And, for a sophomore who's never really done it before, that kind of tells you the type of competitiveness he is and what type of athlete he is. And so he's outstanding. And we also have Easton Gibbs. He's our go-to all-around guy who's got offers coming in, and he'll be a stud on both sides of the ball.
Hey, Coach, 7-on-7 is the closest thing we get to real football before the season begins. I mean, how much value, how much stock do you put in passing league tournaments? I mean, because you see a lot of teams, they'll win a passing league title, and then they get to the regular season and you never hear from them again. And there's a team who, like at your the Southwest County passing tournament, maybe they don't perform well at the 7-on-7, and then lo and behold, they're winning league titles and they're making CIF title runs. I mean, so how much stock do you put? Is it just about competition? Is it about your receivers and your DBs getting good work and your quarterbacks, obviously? I mean, how much stock value do you put in these passing tournaments?
Well, to be honest with you, it's two completely different sports. Okay? Yes, there are correlations, here and there, kind of like playing 3-on-3 basketball compared to full court basketball. They're not the same game. It's just not even close. You'll have teams that do very well. Like one year we had Santa Margarita win our tournament, and then that year they won state. And then we had teams some years back when Elsinore won CIF. They didn't win one passing league the whole summer. So there really is no correlation on, wow, we did great in the summer, so that means we're going to do great in the fall. Because the real difference is those boys up front. That's the name of the game, and they completely change the game. Now, is it important to us? Absolutely. We work on, like you said, being competitive, seeing how we get out there and compete, but also just timing and just seeing different routes and different coverages and all that. It plays into the mental part of the game, but it is a completely different sport.
Yeah, I was following Centennial football. They were at that, I don't know, the beach bash or the battle at the beach or whatever, and they went like 3-3. Like, not great, but like you said, once you add the linemen, they've got two fantastic running backs. That's a completely different team. And I bring up Centennial because I believe you just threw against them. How did you guys look against the Centennial Huskies?
Well, we did get to score a couple few.
There you go.
So, we moved the ball, but, oh, my God. I mean, I've been playing against Logan in passing league for, I think, 18, 20 years now. I don't even know. And it's just deja vu, It doesn't matter who's there. They look the same. They look awesome all the time. And it's like you said, they might have gone 3-3 in that passing stuff, but we all know when it comes down to it, they're going to be freaking amazing.
And, Coach, finally, I wanted to ask you about the start of the CIF season because the whole season's been moved up. I mean, you guys will be in helmets and pads, I think, in the end of July. Is that right? Or right around there? I mean, because week 0 is now August 17th.
Yeah, the week 0 games actually get to start at the end of July. We have a week 1 game, so our first day is August 6th. And it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I got rid of our midweek bye week and don't play week 0 just so we could play later in the year. I don't want to be playing football in July.
It's going to be hot out there. I mean, it's just crazy because usually I'd always think like the first week or second week of August, the helmets and pads come out. Usually the last Friday in August would be the first game of the season. But now we're going to be in league play, the end of September?
Yeah, and it's funny because there's some school districts in Orange County that don't even start school till after Labor Day.
So there'll be weeks into football and school's not even in session yet.
There'll be freshmen playing freshman games, and they haven't even attended one day of high school. It's crazy.
But the reasoning was because the state championship games down the road, it was butting up with Christmas, right? Like the season just seemed too long. They wanted to push it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons they give, which is kind of ironic to me because 99% of the schools are being affected by that 1% who might play a little longer.
You're
and
correct.
I'll bet you ask any kid on any of those teams if they'd like to play football in a championship game a week before Christmas, and they'd be all in.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we always seem to have a school or two from the IE playing that Friday or Saturday before Christmas. Who knows? Maybe it'll be Temecula Valley this year. Coach, what division are the Golden Bears?
Fantastic.
What division are you guys for the playoffs?
Well, right now I looked at it, and we're the number 1 team on their rankings in Division 8.
Hey, you know what? All you have to do is get in, right? Just get into the playoffs, and anything can happen.
That's it. And we have a shot, just like everyone else. And right now, we're just worried about that first game because Temecula's lost 25 in a row. And so right now, I'm not even thinking about that stuff. I'm thinking about Elsinore right now.
Hey, Coach, you can only go up, right?
That's right. Nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
And we're undefeated right now. Don't forget that.
Right. Never lost in that gold at Temecula Valley. The inaugural Golden Bear Classic coming up this Saturday. I'll be there. Jeff's going to be there. We're going to see some great football action. Coach, we always appreciate the time. Thanks for popping in. And we'll see you on Saturday down there at Temecula Valley High School.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, Coach Esposito. We appreciate it. Good dude. Do you think he has like a Harley, doesn't he, or a motorcycle?
Yeah, he's a crazy guy. He's like a Sons of Anarchy guy.
He is?
No, not really. He's like a really nice guy with a big hog.
Big chopper.
A big chopper, a hog. But I think I looked at I follow him on social media. He's a good friend of mine. But I think he has. I don't know if he has a fat boy. You know what a fat boy is?
Yes,
no, a fat boy.
Why'd you tell me, Jeff?
Okay, a fat boy is, and Kono will probably tell you this because he has a flat hat. He knows these things. Harley with the fat boy is a big giant tire in the back. Am I right there? I'm telling you, and I think he has one of those. He is a big-time motorcycle rider.
Will you text him, ask him if he has a fat boy?
No, I'm just going to see him when I see him Saturday. I'm going to go, hey, where's that fat boy? And if he punches me, then I know he doesn't have that. He's thinking I'm calling him something bad.
Yeah, he thinks you're making
But if he slaps me hot, gives me a fist bump or a hug, then I know that I'm part of the cycling, or no, I couldn't say cycling, the motorcycle. I'm part of the group.
Don't slip him in some spandex and put him on a bicycle.
No. But that's the one thing I missed in my lifetime. I'm never going to get one either.
What, fat boy?
I want a fat boy. I want a motorcycle. But my wife is not going to allow me to have one because I have kids. But I do. I want a big hog. I want to drive it from here to Timbuktu. And I just want to let the bugs go in my teeth and just let the hair of the wind go through my hair.
We're doing that now in the studio.
Yeah,
with all
we do
these
have
ants.
bugs.
What are you talking about?
I've been picking them out of my teeth. No, that's it. But Bert, great guy, great coach, and I think he's going to do a good job at Temecula Valley.
We're fired up about the Golden Bear Classic coming up this Saturday. We're going to be checking that out. Lots of highlights coming up on the Inland Sports YouTube channel over the weekend, so make sure you check back with us. When we come back, we're going to continue the high school football chatter. We're going to talk about some of those big games coming up in Week 0. We just found out the Golden Bears, I actually knew that. They don't have a Week 0 game. They'll see their first game of the year in Week 1. But we'll talk about some of the biggest games in Week 0. And then right around the corner from that, in our 5 o'clock hour, the great Tracy Murray. You see him on ABC 7, former NBA and UCLA great. He's going to help us make sense of whole LeBron to the Lakers, Kawhi deal. And then Kono, he's going to be embedded with Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, we got him signed up.
He's signed up. He's all shaved up. He's got his Reebok pumps on, long basketball shorts, black socks like the Fab Five. He's ready to go. We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
How you guys doing? Coach Bass here. We're back at the BPC continuing our training series on developing power for off-season football players. So today we're going to work on a dumbbell alternating bench press, and it's all going to be about power. So Ian, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and lie back on the bench. I love programming this drill here for linemen, really for all athletes, but especially for linemen, D-linemen, because they're always grappling, they're always striking. You want to be nice and strong and powerful. So what he's going to do, he's going to alternate. He's going to go down 2 seconds. He's going to pause 1. He's going to go up 1. Let's hit it. Good. Going really fast on the way up. So again, working on 3 different aspects of strength here. We got that slow eccentric coming down, right? We got that isometric pause there, and then we got that fast contraction coming up, that fast concentric. So like I said, we're working on 3 different aspects of strength. This is a great drill to maximize power, and we do it right here at Boost. Grind hard, stay solid. How you guys doing? Coach Bass here. I want to talk a little bit about today's training tip. We showed you guys the dumbbell alternating speed press, all right, and we talked about was a 2-1x tempo. I want to show you guys how we progress this exercise and continue to maximize power. So with that 2-1x tempo, we go down 2 seconds, we pause for 1, and we go up fast. So what we'll do is over time, we'll progress those tempos. So we'll go from a 2-1x to a 1-1x tempo. We go down 1 second, pause for 1, and we get that fast concentric contraction. And then finally we'll go to an X1X tempo where we go down fast to isometric pause and then fast up. So really what we're doing is we're just developing speed, developing power through different muscle contractions. That's how we progress our drills right here at Boost.
To the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Nobody else is doing this. We're live and amplified every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. The only weekday show originating right here in the IE. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla, I'm simply Pep Fernandez. We love doing this every single day for the 951 and the 909, and we're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. When you mention the Inland Sports Show, you get $500 off. Only at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. And make sure you visit their website as well, CatalanoCars.com. We've got a click-through link on the Inland Sports website. Check it out. Hey, one quick tweet I want to throw out there because I love getting on Twitter and see what people are saying. Our guy Chappy Chap, you know who Chappy Chap is, right?
Yeah, the guy that doesn't wear shoes is Lynn Scogg's right-hand man who brings a sack lunch and $2 for a water to every game.
Single Rancho Cucamonga Quakes game.
Good voice.
Andrew Chapman, along with Mike Lindskog, the voices of the Quakes. He's trying to get some love from Joe Davis, who's the play-by-play man for the Dodgers.
He is?
Tweeted out saying, hey, Joe Davis, how about some love for the Quakes on that next Dodgers broadcast tonight against the Padres? And why not? The Quakes have won 15 in a row. Trying to make it 16 tonight as they are back in action at Lone Mark Field. So stay tuned. If anything develops between the Dodgers, the Quakes, and old Chappy Chap, we'll let you know.
The only thing is, Pep.
What's the only thing?
I will only listen to Quakes baseball if the Dodgers are on. I'll always go to the Quakes, so we might not ever hear it.
Quakes over Dodgers. So if you're tuned in to the Quakes, yeah, you might miss the Dodgers.
I always want some love from Skog and Chapman. They never give me any love.
No
and
love?
I listen to them all the time. Never do I ever hear say
nothing for Big Jeezy.
I don't ever hear anything about Big Jeezy listening.
I'm going to throw a plug because this is what we do. You can listen to Dodgers live on our other station, KKDD, 1350 AM News Talk. You can check out the Dodgers and, of course, the Quakes right here, 650 pregame. Quakes, always Fox Sports.
Here's what you do.
1350.
You have two earbuds. You have the games going on, and you listen to one game in each ear. You can do it. You can pull off both. You'll double dip.
I can barely. If I did that, my brain would fry.
Or maybe I know a lot of people don't have it, but if you have the Dodgers TV station, you watch the Dodgers, and then you listen to the Quakes.
That makes sense. I can do that, but I'm not a very good multitasker at all, Pep. Not at all. Not at all.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We will talk more about the Lakers and LeBron James and all the good stuff. Kono is on his way to
camp.
To the camp. It's supposed to be tonight. Again, I have not heard anything different. I'm assuming it's going to be there. Maybe no one's going to be there. We have no idea what he's going to run into. Maybe it's going to be flooded with ESPN and Fox Sports and everyone's camping out to hear from Kawhi. We have no idea, but Kono's going to give us a live report.
Hey, Kono could be the... How old is Kono, do you think? I've never even asked.
19.
19?
No, I think he's like 30.
Is he 30? Okay, well, whatever he is, he'll be the first...
19, 30, 25.
He'll be the first 11-year-old to tear his hamstring if he actually does camp. Look like, what's wrong with that kid over there? His hamstring just snapped.
He's got a 5 o'clock shadow. I thought he was 12 years old.
He started the camp. He looked like a little kid. Now look at him. He's a grown. He's got hair everywhere. Get him out of here.
Little Rip Van Winkle.
He's beetroot.
Beetroot.
Does that make you hairy?
Hey, if that's the case, I'd be rubbing beetroot all over my head.
What was that movie it was on? You know what I'm talking about.
I don't have a clue right now, Greg. Were they rubbing stuff on people's heads?
No, the beetroot. Where they got
beetroot.
that.
Where's that from?
Google it, Greg.
Google it.
I don't know. I'm not the movie guy.
I do remember, though. I do remember.
All right, so Kono, seriously, Kono is on his way to King High School for the Kawhi Leonard camp.
Yeah.
We have no idea what he's going to run into, but he will give us a live report later in the show. But we are talking high school football.
Willow.
Hello, Willow.
That is Willow. That's right.
He got it. He got it. All right, high school football. Man, high school football could not come fast enough. I'm excited about week 0. I'm excited about the scrimmages, which are the week before week 0. And I'm excited about the Golden Bear Classic. I want to see some passing league football because football season is almost here, and nobody covers high school football like the Inland Sports Show. If you guys listen to us, you already know the drill. Our pledge to you, because we love the IE so much. Man, I'm itching. I think there's ants all over me right now.
The ants in your pants.
My pledge to everyone out there is we're talking high school football every single day. We can't talk about LeBron for 3 hours. We can't talk about Kawhi for 3 hours. I love the Quakes. I love Mike Lindskog. I can't talk about the Quakes for 3 hours. But we will talk high school football all the live long day. All right, so we're already looking ahead to week 0. So that's going to be August 17th. Not everyone plays in week 0. We already established that. Bert Esposito and the Temecula Valley Golden Bears, they're not playing week 0. Their first game will be week 1. But I would say 3/4 of the teams, maybe 2/3 of the teams play week 0. I went through the list, Jeff. I am compiling this all-knowing list. It's growing. I'm trying to add all the Inland Empire games to it. It's a work in progress. But so far, of all the games that I've seen, and again, if I'm excluding a game, it's because I haven't even got to it yet, but I've probably gone through about half the teams in the IE, compiling this long list of the entire season. But in week 0, these 4 games jumped out to me. And these are the big ones. I like Helix against Cajon.
Ooh, out of San Diego.
Helix is a state powerhouse. They routinely play for state championships. And they've got a long tradition, too. Alex Smith, the quarterback, he's a Helix guy.
He is?
Reggie Bush, former USC and NFL star, he's a Helix guy.
He is?
Helix, I know they're down in San Diego, so we don't talk about them much. They are a state power in high school football. They're going to go up against Jaden Daniels in Cajon. It's going to go down in San Bernardino. That is a huge game in week 0. That's kind of one of those games where not only will all eyes in the IE be on it, but people around the state will be keeping tabs on Helix against Cajon in week 0. Here's another one with national title implications. Chandler against Centennial. They've played before.
2 years ago.
They did at Norco High School. They're going to play again. Right now on the schedule, it says Centennial High School. These are 2 teams that will probably finish at least in the top 20 in the entire country. This is like a heavyweight fight between one of the best from Arizona against one of the best from California. If you're asking me, we got the best high school here in Southern California, so I'm going Centennial all day long. We got the Huskies helmet right here in studio. We love Coach Matt Logan. I think they're going to be just fine.
So it's like a Mike Tyson Butterbean fight is what you're saying.
No, it's more like a Mike Tyson Buster Douglas fight. Centennial's Buster Douglas.
That was even quicker. But yeah, Centennial.
Tyson versus Holyfield.
Yeah, there we go. Somebody's going to bite their ear off, and I hope it's Centennial. I'll tell you what, that is going to be a fantastic game. Make sure you can get out and watch that one. That will be awesome.
2 other games real quick. Murrieta Valley is taking on Santiago. And I bring this one up because if you remember last year when the 2 same teams played, the Sharks and the Nighthawks, remember Santiago beat Murrieta Valley on the last second touchdown. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Tate Giles caught the game-winning touchdown for Santiago as time expired, and that was the difference of the game. He was our Marines Recruiting Station Riverside Athlete of the Week as Santiago shocked the world and beat a Division I team, a very good team like Murrieta Valley, who's actually going to come on the Inland Sports Show in like 2 weeks.
So we might have Hank Bachmeyer in studio?
We have got, I would say, about 5 or 6 high school football teams already lined up to join us live in studio over the course of the next week or 2. So stand by. We'll put that list out there because we have a lot of high school football teams live in studio with us. And one other game, Jeff, that I want to bring up. They call it the Battle for the 215. Summit and Etiwanda. They are separated by the freeway, and they're going to get it on.
Yeah, they're literally right across the freeway from each other, not within, I would say, 2-3 miles apart from each other.
Yeah. So Summit, Etiwanda, that's another one. I brought it up because I just want to say, because like, Wakanda, Etiwanda. Etiwanda forever, right? And plus we love Nick Matheny out there at Summit High School. So that's a rivalry game. That's week 0. And we'll be covering that one as well. Summit against Etiwanda, the granddaddy of them all. All right, when we come back to the NBA. We'll talk NBA. We'll talk Lakers. We'll talk LeBron. We'll talk Kawhi as Tracy Murray will join us. You see him on ABC 7. but we get them next, right here on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Inland.
How you guys doing? Coach Bass here. We're back at the BPC continuing our series on building power. Today we're going to demonstrate a speed squat, and there's three aspects of this. There's a slow eccentric, an isometric, and a fast concentric. Now, concentric is going on the way up, and it's got to be fast and explosive as possible. So what Zach's going to do, he's going to get under the bar. All right, those thumbs around Zach. All right, he's going to go ahead and lift off. He's going to give me a 2-1-X tempo. He's going to go down slow, pause, then fast up. Good. And what I'm really looking for here is bar speed. All right, that pause. And like I said, we're working three different elements of strength, right? We got that slow eccentric on the way down, that pause, and then fast up. This is a great drill to turn all that strength gain in the offseason to power. So like I said, this is a great drill that actually works on three different aspects of strength. All right, we got that slow eccentric going down. We got that isometric pause, that fast concentric going up. So while it maximizes power, we're still hitting three different elements of strength. We do it right here at Boost. Today's tip is all about the speed squat, and what I want to talk about is how we progress this exercise here at Boost. So we showed you guys a 2-1-X tempo that was going down for 2 seconds, pause one, and then that fast concentric coming up. So what we'll do is over time, we'll play with the tempos a little bit, and we'll go from a 2-1-X to a 1-1-X tempo going down 1 second, pausing for 1 second coming up, or we'll go with an X1-X tempo with a quick eccentric, isometric contraction, and then we'll come up with the fast concentric. So a lot of different ways that we like to progress our athletes. Building strong and powerful athletes is what we do right here at Boost. Grind hard, stay solid.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, every single day, live and amplified for 3 hours. Going strong. This is hour number 3. Jeff, I'm still nursing my iced coffee, which I appreciate it. You're a man of your word. You always pay it forward. Yesterday, I said there's no way LeBron James is going to a pizza party. You said, yes, he will. He's the newest face of the Lakers. He'll be there. And we bet a soda, and then we're like, no, let's even up it more. Let's make it big time. And we did an iced coffee.
I drank my large iced coffee in 8 minutes flat.
It's gone.
The ants thank you as well.
The ants? See, and then I've got a little moat around my water here because I don't want to suck up an ant. And if you notice, Pep, I got a clear cup because I knew there'd be ants in studio today. So if you sucked up any ants, you'd see them in there.
You know what? That's a good idea. Now I'm looking down into my coffee right now to see if I see any little
And
things
you really
floating around.
should. Hey, you know what? I was going to tell you this, Pep. And you saw it earlier. We know little Fast Johnny is right now in sailing camp.
That's right.
He's in sailing camp down in Mission Bay at the Mission Bay Yacht Club.
He looks like a natural nautical guy.
I'm telling you,
a sailor.
How many 5-year-olds do you know that are learning to sail?
None.
He's with one other person and then one other 5-year-old, and then they have an adult in the boat with them.
He's only the second guy that I've seen do this.
Only the second ever?
It was me.
It was you?
I was on a raft in a swamp. Though.
That's
It was a lot
right.
different. It was a lot different.
Yes.
I built my own raft in a swamp. Johnny's actually sailing a real legit boat. In the ocean or the bay, right?
In the bay. Tomorrow he goes open ocean.
Mighty Pacific?
He goes to the Mighty Pacific.
3 hours.
Exactly. But here's the deal, Pep. You know, I put this out on Twitter. I said, hey.
Because you're very proud.
Because I'm proud. You know, I don't know how proud I am. I think my wife was. It's always been a vision, a fantasy of hers.
Because it makes you look really rich.
Well, you know. But she's my wife's pretentious. We all know that. But no, she loves the beach. She loves nautical things. But I posted this on Twitter, and then I started getting a lot of likes. And then the funny thing is, I said that he was going to be part of the America's Cup in
so that's the big
2032.
sailing event, right?
The biggest in the world.
Do
every
they go
year.
around the world?
Well, they do it in certain parts of the world every. I think it's every 4 years.
But it's the big sailing, the big race, right?
It's like the World Cup of sailboats.
Okay.
So I put out there he was going to be in the World Cup in 2032 because he is only 5.
He's a young guy.
So I put that out there, and then I start getting likes from sailors across the nation, including the America's Cup. Liked it.
They liked Little Johnny. Fast Johnny the sailor.
So Fast Johnny, I think we were laughing before the show, but we said, hey, he's on the radar now.
He's on their radar. They know about him.
I mean, he's at 5 years old. If he's recruited now, he might have his own ship by the time I'm a little older. And I'm telling you, he's going to sail us around the world.
Captain Fast Johnny?
Captain Fast Johnny is on the radar of the America's team of the America's Cup.
So we were joking off the air, and I don't know, because maybe this is not a joke. You know, because high school football, there's all those recruiting websites, and guys are getting offers, and this guy's 3-star, this guy's 4-star, this guy's 5-star. Is Fast Johnny going to be popping up on these sailing recruiting websites? Like he's the hot young guy that everybody wants to offer him a scholarship?
I think he's already on the radar. I mean, when you have America's Cup following you now, I mean, they're following me. The captain is following me. But only good things can happen from here on out, Pep.
All right, right now, let's go to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. Make sure you get your oil change at Spoiled off of Alessandro Boulevard. It's our friend Tracy Murray. Tracy, how are you doing today? It's good to hear from you.
I'm doing good. What's going on?
Oh, hey, tell him, Jeff. Tell him the great news about Fast Johnny over
Hey,
there.
Tracy, I'm going to tell you this. We've been friends since we were little kids. I have a 5-year-old, and right now he's in sailing camp down in Mission Bay down in San Diego. He's 5, and he's taking his first ship out into the open ocean tomorrow. And I put it out on the social media that he was, he's a yachtsman now. And I had the America's Cup captain follow me on Twitter. And my son, we talk about being on the basketball radar, football radar. No. My 5-year-old is on the radar for being a yachtsman at 5 years old.
Hey, he's not following in your footsteps. What's going on?
There you go. I don't know. My wife is pretentious, and she loves to be all these rich things. She wants a boat, and that's been her fantasy, is to get our son in a yacht. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna push him towards the nautical theme for the rest of his life.
Well, I tell you what, that's an expensive hobby.
That's why I have friends like you, Tracy. You have to support. You're gonna be an investor in the Johnny Gorham yacht.
Hey, that's an offer. I stay away from that myself.
Basketball's so much cheaper, Jeff. There's still time. Just put a basketball in his hand.
Yeah, a ball in his hand, and he can dribble around the front yard. Exactly.
Hey, but Tracy,
you can go do that at the school ground. The basketball is only $12.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
free. Just go to the local school.
Yes.
Have them put some shots up. All right, Tracy, we want to talk some NBA. Of course, LeBron and all this craziness going on. But you were at NBA Summer League, weren't you, for the last couple of days? Or are you still there?
Yes. No, I just got back to Cali. Yes, I was there for the first 3 or 4 days of the Summer League.
And how did that go? I mean, because the NBA Summer League's, you've got the hot young rookies, like some of the big names that people are seeing for the very first time in their team's uniforms. And you got some other guys who are, I don't know, maybe hoping to catch on in a training camp, maybe trying to get noticed and get with a G League team. I mean, there's all these, you see a variety of different guys. I mean, did anyone stand out to you? Any team stand out to you at the Summer League?
Well, I like that last game that I watched when I left. It just seems like the Knicks never gave up, and the Lakers went ahead and finished it. That Lakers-Knicks game was something to watch. To watch Kevin Knox play well, and the rest of the Lakers pull it together after letting them back in from being up 20, and they went ahead and finished the game. I thought that was a really good game.
We're talking with Tracy Murray. You guys know him on ABC7, NBA, and UCLA great. Tracy, now it's a done deal. LeBron James is a Laker. He signed the contract. I mean, what are kind of your general thoughts of LeBron joining the Lakers, and how good can this team be as it is right now? And there could still be some moves made by Magic in the team, but when you look at the Lakers right now, how good is this team with LeBron?
I think they're a playoff team now. You know, you have a leader, a dominant player, a superstar that can lead you. You know, they didn't have that since Kobe. So they have a guy that can lead them, and when the game gets tight, he can jump on his shoulders, and then he can carry you home. You have that type of guy now. But it's not going to take them deep in the playoffs. It's not going to take them to the championship. They need another major guy and another really good piece.
Now, with the rookies that they're bringing in, were there any surprises to you? I mean, you and I both really, really like Mo Wagner. But do you know anything about this Isaac Bonga, the kid out of Germany, the 6'9" point guard? And were there any other guys that you saw in this Summer League? Maybe the kid out of San Diego State, Malik Pope. Were any of those guys, do you think they have a shot to make a dent into this roster?
I don't really know. I know that kid from Kansas really shot the ball pretty well. I did like him. And then you got a veteran with Jeff Ayers who knows his way around the NBA. He's a local guy. He knows what it's like to the NBA lifestyle. He won a championship. So you got to consider guys like that as well with his experience.
We're talking with Tracy Murray here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Tracy, we saw, okay, of course, LeBron was the big fish, but we saw the Lakers make several other moves, including Rajon Rondo. if they're bringing in a guy like Rondo, who's been a starter basically his whole career, I mean, is he the guy, or is he the backup to Lonzo Ball for the Lakers right now? I mean, how do you kind of see that playing out at the point guard?
I don't know. If I was Lonzo, I'd be confused, and I would be working my behind off right now to get that knee well, because you don't want to come into camp not at 100% when you got a Rajon Rondo sitting there, and he's always hungry, and he wants to win, and he wants to be a starter, and he's an established starting veteran, that has a championship. And then you got LeBron, who can handle the ball. You got Lance Stevenson, who can handle the ball. You got three guys that can initiate the offense right there. So if I was Lonzo, I would be, in the back of my mind, somewhat panicking a little bit. Like, all right, I gotta get healthy quick and get to work.
Yeah, because that was very curious when I saw that transaction. There was a lot of names floating around who could possibly go to the Lakers. Rajon Rondo was not a guy that I expected to see. When you look, Tracy, on the next season, the way the Lakers are right now, what's the starting five going to look like? Are they bringing in Rondo and Lance Stevenson and JaVale McGee for these guys to start, or would they like to pair LeBron with the young core of the Lakers and use these veterans off the bench? How do you think this is all going to kind of come together here as we get closer to training camp?
I don't know what Luke is thinking. That's the main thing, is whatever he's thinking is what the lineup is going to be. But, I mean, if you were to look at the lineup and have Rajon Rondo, Brandon Ingram, LeBron, JaVale McGee, and maybe Kuzma, that'd be a heck of a lineup. You never know. You can shuffle guys in different ways. It just depends on how guys are playing in training camp, the health of everybody, and who has chemistry with each other.
Yeah, I honestly, Tracy, watching the Western Conference the last few years, the playoffs, I could see, with this Laker team, I could see LeBron playing almost a stretch five in some instances, because he can post up well. He still has that quick first step, and he wouldn't have to have the ball all the time, because there, like you said, there are guys that can handle the ball with this Laker team. Do you see that as a possibility?
I see him play. I can see him saving a lot of years playing off of the ball, because you have a lot of guys that can get the ball off the boards and push it. You have Ingram that can get the ball off the boards and push it. You have Ball. You have Rondo. You have Stevenson. And, of course, LeBron can do it as well. So he doesn't have to have the ball in his hands all the time.
Yeah, and Josh Hart is another one of those guys that's kind of missed in the whole playlist. But I'll tell you what, he's one of those guys that I think would start on a lot of teams and be a very good player. I mean, the Lakers finally have a bench.
Well, he's not missing in my playlist. I've been watching him play all summer league so far, and had the pleasure of talking to Josh Hart, and I like his mindset. I've always liked him as a player, but this kid he can be pretty good for the Lakers.
And he wants to play. I mean, I know that the Lakers said that they wanted him to play a couple games in summer league, but he came out and said, "No, I want to play every game. I want to compete." You got to like that if you're a fan and a basketball player, don't you agree?
If you love basketball, you're not going to play a couple of games. You're going to get out there and you're going to play the whole summer league. Josh loves basketball. He can hoop. He is a true hooper. So he's going to get out there and compete. He's a guy that's, he won championships at Villanova. So he's a guy that's going to get out there and get after it.
Hey, Tracy, one more question before we let you go. Any hunch where Kawhi Leonard might end up now that LeBron James has officially signed with the Lakers and guys have found their different teams here in free agency? I mean, does it clear a path to any team for Kawhi Leonard, whether it's in the East, whether it's the Lakers, or is it still pretty much wide open?
I think it's pretty much wide open, because whoever does business with San Antonio, they're going to have to do business with the Lakers, because it's not going to get done directly, because San Antonio don't want to make the deal directly. They don't want to better the Lakers, but Kawhi wants to be a Laker, and he's said it. So, and I know Paul George has said it, but when you have Westbrook in your ear and he's one of your really good friends, that's a little bit hard to leave. But there's nobody doing that to Kawhi Leonard.
Well, Tracy, we always appreciate the time, and I'm assuming you weren't in line at Blaze Pizza waiting for LeBron, right?
Oh, no, I was on the 15 heading back home.
That's right. Tracy Murray, the NBA and UCLA great. You can see him on ABC7 as well. Tracy, it's always good to talk to you.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks, Tracy.
No problem.
All right, see you, Tracy. Yeah, he was at NBA Summer League. I'm sure when he goes to one of those summer leagues, everybody knows Tracy Murray, right? High fives, handshakes, hugs all the way around.
Well, I know the NBA uses him as a guest speaker in different symposiums for these incoming rookies, which is great to have a guy that's played so many years for a lot of different teams. He's a winner all around, and so it's always nice to hear something from a veteran in the NBA who's lived a clean life in the NBA and got through it unscathed.
All right, we got breaking news. We got to hit a break.
Okay.
But I do have a little bit of breaking news. The Kawhi Leonard basketball camp is taking place at King High School right now.
It is.
There's about 60 kids maybe in that ballpark, so not a huge camp. And I asked Kono, who he's there right now, do you see Kawhi? He says, no, not yet. He's going to call in next when we come back.
All right.
A live report from the Kawhi Leonard camp. We want to hear from Kawhi when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Hey, what's up, lady?
Sports, home of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
We are Fox Sports! We did it! We did it! It looked amazing! Look at that! That looks like what you would buy from a store. It should have been. Look at all the sports space. So much. You do aerobics in here. So many activities. Do step class. It's making my head spin how many activities we can do. Play Army Man. Yeah. This is how we do it. Da, 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 da. Hey, I never asked you. Yeah. Do you like guacamole? Oh! Open! Oh God! Run in! Run in! Dad, Nancy, it's bad. It's so bad. There's blood everywhere. The bunk beds were a terrible idea. Why did you let us do that?
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
We do it every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. Since 1976, the IE has never been the same. Ken Sporting Goods came onto the scene, and they've been providing your sporting gear and equipment ever since. They can do Letterman's jackets. Of course they can. They got all your sports gear, embroidery, screen printing for your entire team or your company. That's kensportinggoods.com. Ken Sporting Goods off the 15 freeway in Norco. All right, just a couple minutes. A live report from the Kawhi Leonard camp. Kono's there, embedded with the team.
He is a camper. He is incognito. We've made him look like an 11-year-old boy with his headband and his high socks.
He's ready to hoop it up.
Yes, he is.
Hey, so Jeff, you've got a big night planned.
I do. I'm going to go to the buffet afterwards tonight. I'm going to take the family. It's only 99 cents a kid.
Wait, how often do you go to buffets? Is that like a Gorham thing?
No, this is not. No, when we go to Vegas, I always go to hit a buffet. But no, this is, I'm telling you, 99 cents for your kids to eat, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to, I eat a small meal. I had a small breakfast. I ate a very
Saving
small.
up, huh?
Yeah, I'm saving up because I'm telling you, I'm going to go get my plate.
So when I go to a buffet, and I did on the 4th of July, deep in the Arizona wilderness, my first plate, believe it or not, is a salad. Lettuce, cucumbers, carrots, tomatoes, broccoli, sunflower seeds, cabbage with Italian dressing. That's my first plate at a buffet.
I don't know if you guys ever heard. I heard a lot of people eat a salad before they eat a main course.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to eat your salad after the main course.
You are?
Yes, that's how you.
That was the fancy people.
Do you guys know because of the lettuce and all. It helps your digestion.
Hey, pansies! You want to hear? Hey, my plate is 10 pounds. I'm telling you, this is what I go. I go heavy on the potatoes. I go mashed. I put some brown gravy on it. Then I go directly. If they've got ribs, I go ribs. I'll put 2 of those on the side. Prime rib, I go a big slab. I pour some au jus over it, maybe a little horseradish. Then I pile on corn, maybe a cornbread muffin.
Okay, Jeff, are you a 1-plate guy or a 2-plate guy?
I'm a 17-plate guy. Okay. Greg, I didn't get this figure for nothing. So what I do is I go the 10-pound plate first. Then I'll go back and I might throw a little salad on the side, and then I'll get like the fried chicken or whatever the speciality is of the night over at the buffet. I'll pick that, and then I'll go 3rd plate. I go to all the desserts. I look for a creme brulee. That's always my first go-to if they have it. I don't know if this place will have it, but I'll go chocolate cake, and then I'll go ice cream on top of everything.
Word on the street, they got a chocolate
a chocolate fountain.
Fountain.
Yes, they have white chocolate and dark or milk chocolate, and I'm probably just going to open my mouth. Just picture this: you have that flowing fountain of chocolate.
Stick your tongue out.
I'm going to open my lower jaw, and it's going to be Underbite City. I'm going to open my mouth, and I'm just going to get in there and ladle it in my throat.
So all your neck's gonna be full with chocolate.
Yeah,
everything.
Almost like a python. Don't they release
like
their
a
jaw
duck.
so they can open up wide?
I have the sequential jaw that will double jointed. I will pull that sucker open like a snake, and I will swallow at least a gallon of chocolate.
Okay, so what are you going to do when someone says, sir, you can't do that, sir? What are you doing?
Nobody says that to a 6'8", 280-pound man.
You're Big Jeezy.
No one. None of those, especially none of the workers at the buffet. I mean, think about it, man. Nobody. Because I'm gonna do a service to them. I'm going to put away all the food.
I would love to talk about your buffet habits.
Okay.
But we must go to the spoiled, quick quality oil change celebrity hotline.
Enough coaches here, I would say that everybody's it's very military. It's very there's no resting time.
I bet you if I had a hunch on it all, I bet you he maybe swoops in at the end and talks to the kids for a couple minutes
and swoops out
and
before it's over.
And then gets out of there. If I was going to guess,
that's what I was hoping too, because I was told that it ends at 8, so it is really early right now.
Hey, so is there like Fox or ESPN or anyone else there, like hoping to catch a glimpse of Kawhi?
We are the only Fox affiliate in the vicinity. Any media in the vicinity?
Wow.
You're darn right.
Hey, are you ready for camp? Are you stretched out? Are you wearing your headband and your high tops?
You know, these drills are tough. We just had to go around the entire floor doing a shuffle move like a defense. I'm not much of a defensive
crouch
guy.
down.
I'm waiting for a lot of offense to go on. You know what I mean?
Because Kono's a shooter. He doesn't play defense like you, Jeff. He's a shooter.
Exactly. I do like a shooter or like a Rajon Rondo. I really can't shoot, but I can pass the ball really well.
You can find that open man.
So funny.
Right. But to be honest, I've only been to a handful of basketball camps, but this one just feels like they're learning something.
Yeah, because, sometimes you enroll your kid into camp and it's more just like babysitting. They're just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Just make sure my kid doesn't get hurt. Make sure he's here when time to pick him up. But,
it seems that all the instructors here, that they really have a passion for wanting kids to learn basketball. And they even have, for them to get used to kind of the media, they have a camera guy here. They have a video guy here. So they're kind of getting the feel of, what it is to be a star athlete, I would say.
Making it to the big time. Well, I'm just curious if Kawhi's actually going to interact with the kids during the drills or if maybe he's going to swoop in at the end. I don't really think he's going to pull a LeBron and just not show up like he did yesterday at the pizza place. I think Kawhi will follow through. I mean, his name is on this camp. I'm just wondering how he's going to pop in there.
His name is everywhere. His logo is everywhere in here. I had no problem finding the place. So, I mean, I would just say it's still early, but I'm going to just go ahead and say a better chance than, yes, LeBron showing up at Blaze Pizza. It's just too early. I would say closer to 8 o'clock if that's when this ends, then, yeah, he has plenty of time.
Now, did they give you any problem at the door when you walked in?
Or did you just say, Big Jeezy sent me?
Oh, no, I have the IS on my chest, so it was like, Inland Sports, come on in.
Yeah.
We were waiting for you.
We're waiting for you.
Wow. Yeah.
Where are you guys? All right, Kono, here's the deal. We got to go to a break. If you see Kawhi, just call back. We're going to leave the hotline open just for you. Just call back, and we'll throw you right on the air. Is that a deal?
100%.
You're the man. Thanks, Kono.
Thanks, little buddy.
Stephen Kono reporting live from the Kawhi Leonard camp, and we will go back to him if anything goes down at King High School.
So funny.
But how is he going to call when he's going through all the drills?
He's
he
cagey.
holds his phone and
he's cagey. I've seen him play. He doesn't have any offensive game either. So.
But he can pass.
No,
he can find the open man.
I don't know. My 12-year-old was giving him some serious problems.
All right, we come back. If anything happens with Kawhi Leonard, we will bring it to you first. And, hey, there's a new Dodgers All-Star. It's not Max Muncy, though.
It's somebody I called, though.
Yeah, you predicted it, Jeff. You're right, Big Jeezy. Feeling it. We'll talk about that when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
You know what, Joe Brown, man?
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona. with Coach Ray Batts. Give them a follow on Twitter. Give them a follow on Instagram. See all the cool things they're doing out there. They've got a strength and speed class. You want to be stronger?
Yes.
You want to be faster?
Yes.
Or do you want to be the last guy picked?
No.
You don't want to be that guy.
No.
Go to Boost Performance Training, the strength and speed class. That first one is always free. BoostTrainingSystems.com is the website. Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels and all sports. All right, so Jeff, I'm going to give you some kudos here.
You are?
At the top of the show, you accurately predicted this. You said, hey, why isn't Ross Stripling of the Dodgers an all-star?
Boom.
I said, well, he hasn't been picked yet. So, lo and behold, in the last, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Guess who's an all-star?
No.
Ross Stripling.
Get out of town. Are you serious?
I think so.
Hey, he went over.
Greg Hollow wouldn't lie to me.
He went over the century mark, like I said, in strikeouts, and he's right now, he's of all the Dodger arms, he is the most deserved. Is that the right term? Deserved?
Deserving?
Deserving. Yeah.
Greg Hollow is a huge Dodgers fan.
Huge.
Every night on his way home, he passes by the carniceria and gets some good meat to grill, and he watches the Dodgers. Don't you?
I wish. That would be my dream, but I'm here.
But he loves the Dodgers, and Greg Hollow actually broke the news to me. So I got to give credit's due. But yes, he is. He's an all-star. He's been added to the National League All-Star team, officially tweeted out by the Dodgers 57 minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, you got to start calling me the soothsayer or the Oracle. Like I said, I want to be known as the Oracle.
All right, Oracle.
Once the Buffalo Bills move, well, I don't know if that's going to happen anymore, Pep. I had picked the Buffalo Bills to go far this year, and they're going to be without a running back this year, so I might have to take that one off the board.
Yeah, old Shady McCoy is in some hot water.
Yeah, and that was
personal life.
That's what I was basing my picks on, and right now, I think the Oracle of Jeezy and the Bills pick going into the playoffs is going to be a tough one.
That'll be tough, but you really nailed Ross Stripling. So now there's 3 All-Stars for the Dodgers. Stripling, Kenley Jansen, and, of course, Matt Kemp. And we're still holding out hope for Max Muncy, although he was kind of in the middle of the pack for this final vote, and we have not seen the final tally for the voting guy for the National League and the American League.
So I've got 3 things right so far this year. 3. And I prognosticated it far before anyone. I prognosticated that Kawhi Leonard wanted to be a Laker. Do you remember that? I called it when he first went down.
Like in December.
Yes. No one else did that. I called LeBron as a Laker a long time before anyone else. And now I got Stripling. So I am a soothsayer.
And the middle ball didn't go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jello ball.
I laughed. I scoffed at the thought of Jello ball playing in professional basketball. He is going to be playing tomorrow, though.
JBA?
Is that professional basketball or is that professional park and recreation basketball?
Is it even tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow. I know it's tomorrow because I got blown up from Citizens Bank Arena to buy tickets. And I said, nope, not going to buy them. If I wanted to go watch high school basketball, I go straight to Riverside Poly High School and watch those guys play because
Poly might be better. They're really good this year.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen the JBL or JBA or the blah, 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 and I've seen Riverside Poly, and I would put Riverside Poly or Centennial High School against any team in the JBA, and I would think that Riverside Poly or Centennial would beat them by 20.
I would say
20.
In the last couple of days, you have really fallen in love with the Poly Bears.
I have.
They're going to be good.
Well, it's just because I'm under the spell. I'm under the spell because, somebody's got to snap me out of it because I'm a Ramona Ram, and we don't like Bears, but I do love Yancey, and I do like what he's done on his 3rd stint here at Riverside Poly High School.
I got your Doyers lineup right here.
Oh, let's bring it.
Real quick, a quick shout-out. Again, if you missed it off the top of the show, Matt Andrews, the pride of Redlands East Valley and UC Riverside, pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. 3 solid innings, 6 strikeouts, did not get the win. But I am excited for Andrews because Tampa Bay did beat the Detroit Tigers 4-2. All right, to the Dodgers lineup is my favorite part of the show. I get excited even if it's the end of the show and I'm tired and I got ants crawling all over me. I still love it. Here's your Dodgers lineup. Leading off, playing shortstop, your boy Chris Taylor. He's the mainstay. I'd keep him at the top of the order if it was me, if I was Dave Roberts. Hitting second in left field, he's everyone's favorite, Kike Hernandez. Hitting third at third base, your boy JT in the cleanup spot. The All-Star, Matt Kemp in right field. Hitting fifth, he's going to be in the home run derby. He swings the big bat, Max Muncy at first base. Hitting sixth, and this kind of has me scratching my head a little bit. Logan Forsythe, still in there at second base. He's hitting sixth. Followed by Cody Bellinger, falling all the way down to seventh in the lineup. He's in center field tonight. Behind the plate, catching Kenta Maeda, will be the pride of Riverside Poly, Austin Barnes. That is your Dodgers lineup tonight against the Padres.
Jesus! I have a breaking story.
Jesus?
Hey,
Jesus! Is Jesus in the All-Star
yes,
game?
That's what I was saying. Jesus Aguilar is headed to the All-Star game, and we got bad news for Simba. Simba did not make the All-Star team. Gene Segura was the pick for the American League.
So those were the two guys that were leading the All-Star voting going into this final, I even call it the final morning, the final afternoon for voting. Gene Segura of the Seattle Mariners into the All-Star game, and Jesus Aguilar, the big hitting first baseman for the Milwaukee Brewers, also into the All-Star game. So it wasn't Andrelton Simmons, and it wasn't Max Muncy. Although we tried, we did our part. Just a little bit short.
Just announced 3 minutes ago.
All right, there you go. More breaking news. Here's the deal. Kawhi Leonard has his camp going on at King High School. We've got Kono from the Inland Sports Show hunkered down, staking out King High School. He is there inside the gym. He's part of the camp. He's going through the drills, but he's got his phone ready just in case. If we see that hotline bling, you know what to do, right? We're going to answer the hotline. we're gonna talk to Kono. Yeah, as long because remember he's a pass first guy.
So he had to join the camp. Like,
yes.
Oh yeah,
we had to sign him up.
He couldn't go in as just press.
No,
yeah. You're making him do that.
He's got his Inland Sports shirt on, but we had to open up our Fox Sports Radio iHeart budget and enroll him. We had to sign him up for the Kawhi Leonard camp.
Did you sign him up as your son, Jeff?
No, he's just an at-large kid. He's one of those kids. He was just a latchkey kid that we put on as a Fox Sports sponsor.
Yeah, we sponsored this kid because he comes from a hard situation at home. His home life's not too good, so we shaved his beard. We enrolled him at the Kawhi Leonard camp, and he's there right now going through the drills with his Inland Sports shirt on.
He hasn't jogged in like 10 years, so right now he's doing the three-man weave.
Vans. Who wears Vans? Who wears Vans? The basketball
He's doing the three-man weave, the five-man weave, some rebound outlet drills. Yeah, he's going to be hurting.
He said it was like a military, how
very organized.
Very strict, organized, drill
minute by minute. You fundamentally.
What do you do, Jeff? Bing, bing, bing.
Bing, 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 bong, bong.
All right, so if the hotline blings, we're going to go to Kono one more time. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you set for Quakes baseball and anything new from the Kawhi Leonard camp. You're listening to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Inland Empire.
How you guys doing? Coach Bass here with Boost Training. We're here at the BPC and it's summertime. We have another Boost Training tip for you. This tip goes out to all the football players who spent the entire offseason getting strong, putting on weight, getting bigger. Now it's time to make that sports specific and turn it into power. So these next few tips are going to show you exactly how to do that. Let's check it out. Okay, so our first tip of the day is what's called a depth jump. And this is a great drill to turn strength into power that you want to hit as you start getting closer to the season for an off-season football player. So what Cruz is going to do, he's going to take a quick step off the box. He's going to hit the ground as quickly as possible, get up, elevate, and he's going to land on the higher set of boxes here. All right, he's going to have his hips flexed, arms extended. He's going to hold that for a second. He's going to step back down. Here we go, Cruz. Let's hit it. Get up. Nice. Wants to hold that position for a second. Take a nice and easy step down. Depth jump. Great drill to maximize power. There you have it. Now, we just showed you guys a depth jump. Now, one of the things that you can do to progress that and really take it to the next level, you can either elevate the 18-inch box here, all right, or we can elevate the landing box, all right? And remember, the goal here is to minimize ground contact and have a great counter movement, meaning when we hit the ground, we want to bring our arms through, all right? So just one of the things that you can do to make this more difficult and to maximize all those power gains. So that's our Boost Training tip of the day. Thanks for checking us out again. And make sure you stay up to date with everything that's Boost. Check our schedules, check our videos at our website at www.boosttrainingsystems.com. Check out our Twitter at Boost_training and our Instagram at Boost Training. Grind hard, stay solid.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
He's also the only one that's Italian. Congratulations, you're stupid in 3 languages.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
Oh, Jeff is hungry. He's going to make his way to the buffet right after this show. He's going to feast. Well, you're going to hear all about it tomorrow.
I'm going to eat the hell out of that buffet. They're going to it's going to be legendary.
Jeff, what don't you eat?
What don't I eat
When
at
you
a
go to
buffet?
the buffet, you just
What
walk
don't
right
you
past
eat?
it.
I never eat fish from a buffet place or milk.
Can you take some of these ants with you?
I'm not taking any ants with me. I would eat them, though, if they were deep fried. I would eat them.
Is there chocolate?
Chocolate ants? Have you ever had chocolate-covered ants? Have you ever had chocolate-covered insects?
No.
I have.
Why would I?
Because I'm cool. I had a friend of mine that was an entomologist, and they
study ants. They don't eat them.
Oh, no, they eat them, too. He brought me some mealworms that were, I think they were mealworms. I hope they were. And they were deep fried, and they had a little, like a little zest to them. A little spicy. Yeah, it was bad.
Like Italian seasoning?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, maybe a little Cajun stuff on it. And I've had some ants. I've eaten a grasshopper. Yeah, but that's about just about. I saw somebody. You ever watch American Ninja Warrior?
Yeah, I do.
American Ninja Warrior. The other day there was an entomologist on there, and
was he bad?
No, he. Here's the deal. If he pushed the buzzer, the guys, the 2 dudes, Akbar, whatever his name is,
the other guy,
and the other dude. They had to eat a deep-fried tempura tarantula.
Oh!
The dude hit the button.
He did? He made it up the wall?
He made it up,
and he hit the button?
Up the wall, and they pushed the button, and those 2 dinglings ate a deep-fried tarantula on air. Yeah, I was, blah. That sounds horrible.
I've only seen 1 tarantula in my entire life here in the Inland Empire.
Really?
In the wild.
That's only 1?
Here in the IE. It was and it's where I'm going right now, Pacific High School.
You saw one there?
Yeah, on the track. It was huge.
Okay, there's a place, the Santa Rosa Plateau. Have you ever heard of that? It's out there in Marietta Hot Springs.
Yeah, I watched Hugh Hauser go there.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, well, I went with Smetty Smed, and we were out there walking along the dirt, and it was molting season, I guess, or whenever they make babies. There was millions of them.
Making babies.
There was literally 500 of them walking across the path where we were, and we looked at it and we said, all right, see you later.
We're out.
We're out of here in Santa Rosa Plateau. It's nice to see you, but we're gone.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona. They've got sweet deals. They got specials all the time, so you already saved thousands of dollars. And now, when you mention the Inland Sports Show, you get $500 off. $500 off any vehicle at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, CatalanoCars.com. All right, Kono again. Hunkered down at the Kawhi Leonard camp. He has just texted me some fresh pictures and videos. I'll get those on our Inland Sports Show social media platform, but no Kawhi Leonard yet. Quakes baseball, 15 wins in a row and counting. They are taking on Lancaster again tonight at Lone Mart Field. You can listen live right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, beginning in about 50 minutes at 6:50 with the pregame. The Inland Sports Show returns tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and we will give you the very latest on Kawhi Leonard. This is your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Bye.